Way boomerang, and I've not even started. Hi, everybody. Just bear with me. Just the brain's not as sharp as it used to be. Oh God. Oh. Hi, everybody. Today it's a December, everybody. The 1st of December. Pinch punch and all that malarkey. Sunday, 1st of December, 2024. Yay! It's snowing, everybody. I am Brune, and I trust you are all doing very well today. No scripts. I think I've memorized it by... It's memorized. Oh, God, this is going great. It's memorized, folks. So, yeah, shit's going on in Hollywood, shit in real life. You know the whatever. Shall we get the guests out? Okay. First up, it is the channel's very own astromech droid. It is Professor R2.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hello, Prof. You all right?
I've got a machine gun.
Have you?
No. Yeah. Hello, everyone. No sound effects today. My audio interface is acting up. So I could choose some. I could choose some rice crackers for you. Oh, that's someone else's shtick.
All
right.
So you well, yes?
I'm doing well, thanks.
We'll just get on with it. Yeah, it's
Let's
great to have
move
you
on
on.
with it. Yes,
Shall we?
yes.
There's no scripts. I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm making this up. Shall we get the next peep on?
Make it somebody hot.
Okay. Hot, yes. Okay. Oh. It's the tax avoidance man.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I
Hi.
was just turning my heating down. It's a bit warm in here.
Nah.
Ian
Hello.
was just getting ready to come on then, but I just subverted. Hello, tax avoidance help desk. How you
Hello,
doing?
good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and hi, everybody. Good evening, chat. Great to be here. Bring him on.
All your hair color, you know when you dye your hair. Tonight
Go
it's kind of
on.
a ginger tint. Suits you. Sir, suits you.
My mum actually has ginger hair, so I probably have the ginger gene somewhere.
Yeah, it suits you, mate. You're looking sharp tonight, mate.
2 million less sharp
Oh,
in this picture, anyway.
It's great to have you on, mate. Shall we get the next peep on?
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. Clue, everybody. Oh.
Is it Shakespeare?
No, not this week. Price of Reason.
How is that a clue for me? I'm not quite sure.
It's called Subverting, everybody. Hello, Price.
Oh, it's
You're right.
quite a
I've just realised we can't see because of the snow. It's been snowing, everybody.
It's all
Price.
right. People already know me by now. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you become my channel favourite very quickly. It's taking about 12 weeks, but the chat like you, my friend.
You keep saying that, and I will accept whatever you say. But thank you.
It's true. It is true. Trust me, it's
grateful.
true.
Very grateful if that's the case. Thank you.
It's great to have you on, mate. Should we get the next peep on?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll give you a clue, everybody. Oh. Can you guess who it is, everybody?
It
No, it's
sounds
not.
very naughty, actually.
Is it? No, not this week. How dare you? Chat's moving up really quickly. Hello, chat. Good evening. It is Mega Geeky and David Diaz. Hello, Ian.
Hello, everybody. How are we? today?
You all right?
Yeah, I am eating
What are you eating?
crisps.
Flavour?
Cheese and onion. Cheese and onion.
Okay.
The best. So there you go. Merry
In your
Christmas.
opinion. In your opinion.
Merry
yeah?
Christmas,
In
everybody.
your opinion, yeah. It's not Christmas. It's the.
It is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, of course, it's snowing and everything. Look,
Okay, it's Christmas, everybody. Ian has made it official.
Christmas, mate.
Walkers?
Yep, Walkers. Walkers it is.
Are you
What was
supporting
the other one
Lineker?
called in the old days,
Smiths.
Ian? What was it?
Smiths.
Smiths. That's it. Jeez.
Walkers bought them out.
Wow. That takes me back.
Yeah. I think Walker's bought, just amuse yourself, folks. Walker's bought all the crisp brands in the UK, basically became a monopoly.
Was
Wow.
Smith's the one with the little blue salt packet that you shook onto the crisp?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that was
They
salt
couldn't
vinegar.
be asked to flavour them themselves, so you had to do.
I quite
the
liked that.
No, it was.
That
It
seems
was,
Other
very
crisps
British
are
to me.
available. Other eggs.
it was a gimmick, wasn't it, to make you buy them because you know that you can
Buy
do it
'em?
yourself, that kind of thing. So that was a gimmick. I remember that.
Okay. It's great to have you on, Ian.
It's great to be here.
There is another
There is another.
clue, everybody.
She's got a potty mouth.
I took the words right out of my potty mouth.
That's not even a really good clue. Like,
Of course
that's
it
what I'm
is.
known for.
Hi,
But like, it doesn't keep me
Vex.
guessing. Hi, hoi, hoi, hoi. Thank you for having me. Good to be back. Hope everyone is doing wonderful today.
Better for having you.
I'm the only
Oh.
one that says Merry Christmas. Nobody.
No, because it's not
December.
Christmas.
Of course,
not Christmas
bloody
yet.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh, shut
oh,
up! You
shut
people.
Merry Christmas, Ian.
There you
I'll
go.
I'll say Merry Christmas closer to Christmas, but it's December 1st.
Oh,
Well, I said it when I was out buying my Christmas tree today. I told
There
him
you
it was
go.
Christmas. So there
Gavin Blackburn wrenched. It's Trevor's side piece. You
You
and
shouldn't call me that. You know.
I do say
Carry on.
Merry Christmas though to people that I know I won't see till the new year. So I have been saying that prematurely.
go.
If that counts.
there you go.
Yeah.
It is Christmas.
Vex stepped in at the last moment. So, Vex, you're a diamond.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I always like hanging with you guys, and it's a bonus that Price of Reason is here. Hi, Price.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I'm here with her and with Professor
Look-
R2. That's sort of a strange.
Forget
like
the rest
the
of us.
Avengers
but
Yeah, let's just hijack this now. Let's go.
Let me just sort the avatars out so I'm a little bit more. Although Prof's fucking it up, but never mind. Chat. Good evening.
As I do.
Let's get some slides up. Presentation. 238 Musings. Today's date. Old Anthony there. I think I need to we are pushing for 4,000 subscribers.
Has it gone down again?
It's going down, yeah.
Wow.
I remember, to be fair, right? Obviously, people come and go. You've just got to accept it. I'm just.
You know what? Okay. Brown, I'm going to help you out. If Brown can get to 5,000 before Christmas, I
Look at
will
that.
come and sit on this stream on
You
this
will come.
channel in a tank top. Nothing else. Okay. I'm willing to do this to help you hit 5,000. Price. Just saying.
I was hoping more of a bra situation, Vex.
Well, to be fair, I am unfortunately a bustier woman, so you don't really need a
That's
bra.
what he knows.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You
There
got
you
to
go.
do better, Brown. I know.
Is it just going to be, the from the neck down?
Just
Or
the
right,
neck
yeah.
down. That's
All
all
right.
you'll see. Yeah.
I knew that was going
I
to.
think we're going to crack it tonight. Come on, people, wrenched, making 5,000 accounts right now. Yeah, come on, folks, get your bot accounts fired up. Come on, do it.
By
Do it
the
for
way,
old
Brown, just so you know
Yeah.
that sometimes YouTube does like a sweep where they suddenly, clean out some accounts.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's been taking its time with me. Then it's literally been going down for the past 60 days.
Oh no, it's been the same for
Steadily.
me. Like as soon as I put out a video, I'll have a little spike, then I'll have a sharp drop just all of a sudden. So everyone's feeling it.
Oh, it's not good, is it? Anyway, okay. Please like, share, subscribe. Please press the thumbs up. Golden rule: if you watch anybody's content on YouTube, always press the thumbs up. Anybody who's taken the time to entertain you, thumbs up. Donate channel, memberships open. Okay, nothing majorly to review this week. I fear it's been a quiet week.
So what they've done with this is it was a TV series, wasn't it?
What's it called?
Stuck it all together.
Moana 2. Yeah,
They stuck
Moana,
it
I
together,
think.
didn't they? It was
Yeah,
a TV show,
Moana
right?
2. Yeah, the original
Yeah.
plan was for this to be a television series. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And they
odd.
turn it into a movie. They
Really?
yeah. So they stuck all the episodes
Anybody
together.
anybody seen it? I'm assuming we haven't.
No, I
only
mean, I
seen-
didn't see Moana 1, so then when they announced 2, I really didn't have any feelings towards it, and I just
Okay.
skipped that
Well,
as well.
it's doing very well. 386, 60.
I have
Yeah,
something to
Nearly
tell you.
400 million.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you that is relevant to this. That there's a a movie theater next to me where I have this kind of monthly pass where I can go see movies,
Yeah.
and usually it's fairly empty. This weekend I went to see. I just felt like seeing a movie, and again, it doesn't cost me like per ticket. So I saw. Don't laugh at me. I saw Venom 3, and I went into that theater, and it is the most full I've ever seen it. The amount of
Really?
people that went there. I mean, people, I guess, all went to see like Moana, Wicked, which they did several screenings, and even Gladiator. You could tell that this was the most people I've seen in this theater ever, probably.
Yeah, Gladiator 2 is doing really well, especially in the UK. So
I think this past weekend was like a record
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
box office
Sh-
in the U.S. at least, domestic.
Okay,
I
should
can
we just-
believe it. I saw with my own eyes that there was a lot more people than I've ever seen in that specific theater. So I
Yeah.
guess maybe Thanksgiving just gave people that feeling of let's go out to the theater.
Well, I'll tell you, historically, like my family, if we were to go back, 20 years when we were kids, when a bunch of my cousins were kids, we would go to the theaters on Thanksgiving. That was a thing that our family did. We went to go see movies when everyone was out of school and we could all, we could stay up late, whatever. The family would go out and catch a movie. And so maybe that kind of tradition's coming back. People are
And I
finding that it's a
suppose
good time
they
to
gave
go.
enough options to people. Wicked
Yeah.
is something that's bringing in the ladies. Moana brings in the
Kid.
kids. Gladiator, men. And maybe in some cases, the men are like, well, we'll see Gladiator. You can go see Wicked. I
Yeah.
feel like,
very good, very good.
yeah, I mean, it's possible that something like that happened, that suddenly there were options for people, even though I don't think any of these options are all that good, but at least they're better than nothing, I guess.
isn't Wicked? Yay! Isn't it?
A bit.
Yeah.
Wicked is crap.
That's funny.
Disgrace of a movie. I'm still hopeful that Wicked and Gladiator, Gladiator less, but both of them I'm hopeful lose enough money that we don't get more of them.
You will
Yeah.
get more of Gladiator.
Ridley Scott did say today that he isn't going to make a Gladiator 3.
Yeah, he's going
But
to do
that's until, the memory loss kicks in. So who knows?
Yeah. And someone throws a whole bunch of money at him and he decides to make Gladiator.
Okay, I'll just finish off the caption. Moana 2, highest opening for an animated film worldwide. Biggest Thanksgiving opening in the US ever. Let's just sidestep. Lots of figures tonight, folks.
'Cause who doesn't want to see some little girl holding some fan on a crappy boat?
with a fat guy.
Wow.
Tattoos.
Isn't the fat guy Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Yeah,
or
that's
am
the
I-
Rock.
It is,
It's
yeah.
my understanding. I
Right.
was actually I watched a couple of reviews on this because honestly, my daughter really did like the first one, and it wasn't a bad movie. It had some catchy songs and it had a fun story, but the second one, the reviews I've been reading have not been particularly flattering. So I'm curious as how well this is going to do going forward. The character there, the Rock's character, apparently doesn't show up until like the last third of the film.
Yeah, I've heard
Like he's not
that's-
even in it.
That's a throwback to the fact that it used to be,
Yes.
it was down as a TV series. So
Yep.
the pacing is completely
Oh,
different when
okay.
you have a series because we want to space everything out.
Yeah.
Because they've condensed it all down into sort of like a 90-minute movie. Yeah, he doesn't show up until the last bit.
Yeah.
Because that would have been episode 7 or 8.
Yeah, he would have shown up. Yeah, in the last
Oh,
third
okay.
of the series, and
Yeah.
so he shows
Okay,
up in
so,
the last third of the movie.
Mona earns 57.5 mil opening domestic day. Biggest Thanksgiving opening ever. Third biggest opening ever for an animated movie. Why is Mona doing so well?
Because kids want to see
Yeah.
stuff like this.
It's a kids'
Yeah,
movie.
kids
Is,
movie.
is that all it is? Just kids want to
it's
get out and
a-
watch
but the
something?
first
Okay.
one was a huge success.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Yeah,
kids
it
want
really
to
was.
want to see this, and also they're giving. It looks like this is giving the audience what they want. The kids want to see this, so Is it new? Is
It
it
makes
something
me
new?
miserable that
Yep.
this is what the kids like, but
I
Oh,
mean, they
man.
haven't had a lot of options for families.
No,
really.
they
I think the
haven't.
At
at
last
least
real
it's
big
not
one
in
was.
Canto too, because if there's another we don't have to talk about Bruno song,
Oh no!
that's really going to start annoying me.
Here you go. Sun and Storm Wrenched. Hello, my friend. Parents Need Peace for 90 minutes.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Well, again, if it's a mediocre film and the kids are flocking to see it, it's obviously what the kids want to see. So I got no problem with that. I hope.
Can't-
Yeah,
can't
good on them.
argue with
As long as
that.
they're
Yeah,
entertained.
exactly.
No messaging. I'm up for that. Okay, shall we? It's probably a sidestep. Mona 2 debuts with an A on Cinema Score. Is
What
that
does Cinema
sorry?
Score
A
know?
minus. Is that
A
good?
minus.
What do
Is that
they
good?
know? They know
They
nothing.
always just say the same,
Yeah.
I never really trust that Cinema Score. I feel like there's something fishy about how they get their scores.
That's
Well,
right.
it's
Question.
always it's
Sorry, go
always
ahead.
it's always just a survey that they give to people coming out of the movie on basically opening day. So you're getting the big fans. You're getting the people who really wanted to see this movie. So if
Right,
they're happy with
exactly.
what they saw, you get a good rating. If
Facts.
it's
If they-
Did
Sorry, go on.
no, finish your thought.
No,
please.
No, you go, you go.
Mine's a sidestep. That's fine. Mine's a sidestep. Okay. Has anyone
Somebody-
here watched the original Moana?
yes,
How was it? Because I never watched that. Was it any good?
it was all right. Yeah, I mean, as far as for this generation of films, they're pretty hit and miss. There's some like you mentioned Encanto. I don't particularly like it. Did not particularly like that one. This one had some fun songs. It had an interesting story about like connecting with nature and stuff like that, and it was fine. It was enjoyable, and it had some fun performances in it. Like I said, my daughter is quite fond of the original Moana, so
Yeah.
I did enjoy that one.
Was a sequel warranted then?
No.
No.
Okay. All right.
What I wanted to say is that in the history of me going to movies, Cinema Score has never walked up to me and asked if I liked the movie, and that's really telling. If I've never
You
run
look
into
dodgy. Are you dodgy looking?
them, probably, but I
He shows up with the finger puppet everywhere he goes.
Is
So I
that-
mean,
Leave the puppet at home, mate. Top tip: leave the puppet at home.
It's just
No,
a puppet.
I don't go to
Puppet.
the theater with a puppet. By the way, Vex is referring to Comic-Con where I wore
Yeah.
a disguise where I looked like Darkman and I had the puppet, and then people thought it was kind of strange.
Yeah.
No shit.
Moana.
Okay. Have we finished with Mona?
Yeah.
Move along.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought we had.
God.
Okay. So this has been the highest grossing Thanksgiving weekend ever for movies, with 422 domestically. So number one was Moana 2 at 221.
Mm.
My eyes are all over the place. 2 Wicked 117.
Yay!
Yeah. 3 Gladiator 2 44. Over
Wow.
30 million people in the US went to the
Well, do you know
Movie
what? That's good because
people are celebrating.
keeping cinema alive because I like the cinema.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm. Keeping it alive.
And yeah, it's just movies for everyone. One for the kids, one for the women, one for the men.
Yeah, that's right.
So everybody has an excuse to go to the cinema.
yeah,
Okay,
one,
so
That's all it is.
so you
one
got
for the
one
kids.
one
Yeah,
for
go
the
on.
kids.
Yep.
One for,
One
the,
for the
men,
men and one for the gay.
and
Sorry.
women.
Yeah.
Did you see Critical Drinker actually put a review up of Wicked?
I
He did. I've not
yes,
seen
he
it, though.
did. Yeah,
He did, and he
He
said
liked it.
it was all right.
Yeah, he said it was all right.
The
He
acting was
enjoyed it
okay.
far more than I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
The
didn't
acting
feel the
was
same
okay.
way. I
Carry on.
generally often agree with his reviews, but in this case, I have to say that I felt very differently than he did.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
had Drinker watched the original play or read the original book going into his
I
viewing?
don't know. I don't
Don't
know.
know.
Okay. He didn't say that at all in the review.
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
I wonder if
think-
he's going to review his own film. That'd be
Easy,
interesting. That'd be interesting.
easy,
You never know. He might do it.
easy. Ian.
I
Easy.
watched it after you guys told me.
Oh.
I do.
Oh.
I wonder. What do you think? Do you think that maybe Hollywood is going to forget some of its obsession with the 4-quadrant film moving forward.
What do you
Hey,
mean?
What? Yeah.
So where
Educate me.
they have all of these different groups that they have to appeal to.
Oh,
We gotta appeal
okay.
to this quadrant, and we got to put something in it for this quadrant, and we got to put something in it for this group, and we got to put something in it for that group. And so there's this thing of like you have to make these movies that appeal to basically everyone. And I think what they've ended up, that obsession has driven them to make movies that appeal to nobody.
I think what they've done is try to take the law of averages. So you ask 100 people what they like, you take the average and you make something that's in that average. The problem is nobody then likes it because it's not what they want.
That's right. That's
Hopefully,
right.
hopefully they're getting rid of that.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Internet help desk fucked it. Take care, everybody.
Are we moving along then?
Yeah.
We've got some supers, if I may. Mega Spider-Man wrenched €5. Fave Sir Christopher Lee rolls and why?
Let's go. Come on. It's just Dracula. All of them. Next. Do you know what I mean?
It is
What else
Dracula.
can you say?
It
What
is
else can you
Dracula,
say?
yeah.
Dracula. It's got to be
He does it well though.
Yeah.
Fu Manchu.
I think
All the
Mega's
Hammer House
asked,
of horror stuff.
yeah, Mega's asked that question before, and it was Dracula back then. Yeah,
Dracula,
so,
yeah.
Dracula,
Yeah.
mate.
Dracula, mate. Yeah, it's got to be Dracula.
No, sorry, Fu Manchu. Sorry.
Count Duke was Count
I can't
Dooku
play that
okay? Just a shame about the entire movie.
He was a good Sherlock Holmes.
He
He
was.
did a Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes movie in the 1960s.
What about the Lord of the
Saruman.
Rings stuff?
Yeah, Saruman. He was good at Saruman.
Very good.
He was good, but it's very limited, wasn't it? And but
Dracula,
Dracula,
though,
It's got to be Dracula, man. He was awesome.
Yeah,
as
man.
Dracula.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
There is another super. Common people. Wrenched. £5 real money. Today, I saw this, yeah. Today, ITV2 showed The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, then Rogu 1 in that order. TV is shite. Can't even show the OT properly.
I know it should be Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and if they got space, Rogue One.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it?
But would you show Rogue One first?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could
Yeah,
show
if you
Rogue
wanted-
One.
if you
Lead
wanted to
straight
do
into
that.
New
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody knows it was made after those three, so it doesn't
Oh, yeah.
really count, does it? Really, let's face it. But yeah, I mean, and I love Empire Strikes Back.
Well, let's just say if we had to give up Rogue One to have the entire Disney Star Wars
we'll do it.
universe
Done.
exist, just
Done.
disappear,
Done.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
go without it.
Price says it's done, so it's done.
Done deal. I'll throw that movie in the garbage. Only the last 40 minutes of Rogue One are really good. If anybody is honest with themselves, the first two acts are very mediocre, and the third act was refilmed completely by Tony Gilroy, and probably that's what saved it.
There you go, folks.
I don't know. I didn't mind it. I loved the bit where what's his name? That what's the guy's name that was in John Wick? The blind guy.
Keanu
He was really good.
Donnie
No,
Yen.
Keanu, Donnie Yen.
Donnie
Those
Yen.
people,
Donnie
Donnie
Yen
Yen's
is pro-
fantastic.
He's probably the saving grace
Yeah,
here
he's good.
amongst those characters.
It's good.
Probably the saving grace here in this movie, but its two leads are bores,
Yes, they
And-
are.
Yeah.
and in
And
addition,
they made a show out of one of them. So there you go.
I mean, when I was sitting in the theater and watching it initially, maybe after like 40 minutes, I was thinking like, oh boy, this is really bad. Like I really thought this to myself. I'm like, these, they're not making a good movie here. And I had a really bad feeling. Then maybe in the second act, it
No pun
starts
intended.
getting a little better. And then the third act is great. But you don't have a movie, if you only have a third act that's good, whereas the first act is crap and the second one is very mediocre. That's not a
Okay,
good movie.
Star Wars was on ITV2 yesterday.
Oh, what
Cheers,
you call it? I
Oh,
think
like
I
the bubble
agree.
hat,
I
mate.
think I agree with you. It's just that the person that they cast to be the main star was just very, very bland. She had
Yeah.
no character whatsoever. She was just flat.
Very toothy. Shall we move on?
Well, on.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. The joke that Disney asked to be removed from Deadpool and Wolverine has been revealed. Fuck. What, we can't even afford one more X-Men?
Man.
Disney's... Fuck.
You having a stroke? What's going on?
I can't focus. I need glasses. Could Vex, go on, read it for me. Save the
All right.
stream, please.
The joke that Disney asked to be removed from Deadpool and Wolverine has been revealed. Fuck! What, we can't even afford one more X-Men? Disney is so cheap, I can barely breathe with all this Mickey Mouse cock in my throat.
Oh, they should have left that in.
Yep.
They should have.
Yeah.
That would have
Clip
got a
They
huge
didn't
laugh.
want a Mickey Mouse reference. That's been.
I was
probably
thinking
annoyed
that
them.
mouse cock might have been the
Yeah. Yeah.
Reading is tough when it's a blur. Yes.
They
Clip
should
it.
have left
Make
it
that your
in.
ringtone, everybody.
They should have left it in. They really should have.
Was that
There's a
Feige
lot
who
of things
said
they should have
it?
done with that film. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go. Vex, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't put my. I've got my big headphones on, and I
They
can't
still
put
got
my
the rights
glasses
over
on.
Mickey Mouse.
Trump won, everybody.
What?
Snooker.
Have they got the rights over Mickey Mouse? Have they still got the rights?
Yeah,
Anybody?
it's the early generation one, the Steamboat Willie that
Yeah,
went public
certain
domain.
ones, yes.
Actual Mickey Mouse, I think from Fantasia era, is still under Disney. Still got a long time left.
Well, you know they made a horror film with Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh no, that
And-
looks.
There's
Brutal.
that and the Winnie the Pooh movie as well.
The
Oh,
Popeye
no,
one
really?
was brutal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Winnie the
Because he's
Pooh one
public
was
domain.
made. Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for the Popeye?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, he looks brutal. Just killing
I'm
everybody.
interested.
He's
yeah.
just killing everyone.
Why does everything have to become a horror movie though?
Well, that's what that company does, isn't it? They did it with Winnie the
I
Pooh.
suppose, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they do. They did
It's-
another one as well, didn't they?
It's probably an easy return on investment. You know, these type of horror
Subverting
movies are very
expectations.
cheap to make, relatively speaking. It's a niche that there's just enough people that'll look at this as some kind of novelty,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they can probably
Yeah.
make a few dollars, even though you
Um,
know they're making a shite movie.
Here you go, Sudden Storm Wrenched. I saw the first 20 minutes of the Pooh. It was Pooh. Shit.
It was.
It
You
was
did
Pooh.
see it.
It was Pooh.
Yeah. Ta-da.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the Pooniverse though, just for the
Yeah.
name.
Okay, let's do something. Rumor. Hashtag Marvel Studios reportedly wants Deadpool 4 to be another Deadpool and Wolverine team up. Full details, blah, 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 blah.
They need the money.
Hey guys, I got an
Of course
idea.
they want it.
We made a movie that made a lot of money. We should just make another one
Yeah,
exactly like
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, who could have seen that coming?
Yeah.
No, but I think they're going to do something else. They're going to try to add one third thing to it, and then be like, "Oh, it's Deadpool, Wolverine,
Deadpool
and
and Wolverine and
Miss Marvel.
Gambit.
Miss
Oh,
Marvel."
yeah,
they won't
Gambit.
use another X-Men. They'll get someone from another universe.
Blade.
Oh,
They'll get Blade in there.
That
be
would
Miss
be-
Marvel.
Movies in the
No,
shitter.
it'll
Yeah,
be a
maybe
Green
they'll bring
Lantern.
all those guys back. They'll just say like, "Here, they're all here."
Yeah.
Whatever it
Wol-
takes, really.
Wolverine, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Blade. Billion.
I
Guaranteed.
think they're going to do Green Lantern because then the logo will be red, yellow, and green next to each other.
Well,
Isn't that,
wrong studio though.
Yeah.
Green Lantern's DC. So,
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
But would he have
they
to
could
star
do-
as himself?
Oh, and Ryan
though?
Reynolds is already in this anyway, so we can't do
but
two.
you got Deadpool and Wolverine and Thanos, and they'll just have Thanos be a comedic character. You know, they'll bring him back and make it
Until you're
slapstick.
90. So they were right, weren't they?
Well, he was.
Sod's Law, they're bringing Jonathan Majors.
They can't. I mean, it's a stupid idea.
Of
I
course
know
it is.
they're running after money, but Hugh Jackman,
Huge.
he's just looking older and older as every day
Well,
goes
now
by. So
that
Lord knows who's
he's
going to look.
boning a woman half his age, he's going to get younger. So
Yeah.
maybe there's hope.
Who
Is
is he
that what
boning?
happens? Is that what
Um,
happens? when you're
There's
boning?
some actress he met, I think, at like a stage play he was in. He left his wife for. She's like
Ah,
38 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
His
Looks
wife
like a
was
boy, though.
significantly older than him.
70.
Not that I'm
Yeah.
justifying what he's done, but from what I recall, his wife was significantly older than him.
Yeah, she's
Not
I
by
think-
much. It wasn't by,
it
by
was
a
like 12
huge
years, I think.
Well, but he's Australian, and so is Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan did the same thing with his wife as well, didn't he?
So you're saying
It's
all
kind of a custom
Australians
in
do it?
Australia to do that. I
I'm
suppose.
just saying. Just saying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh God, move
Oh,
along. Move along.
Okay, the Fantastic Four has wrapped
Good.
filming
Move along.
in theaters
Don't
on
care.
No, if we move along
We
too
don't
quickly,
care.
we'll run out of slides.
Starring Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Did you see the clip? There was a clip of somebody
No, it's a
being
fan
rushed.
edit. It's a fan edit.
No, somebody was being rushed into the studio, covered up.
Oh, was it?
No,
was
no.
it probably?
Oh yeah, I saw
It's probably
that.
Doctor Doom, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody said it was Downey.
Him. It's Downey's. Look. This is just rubbish. Just move along, mate. Seriously.
No,
I'm
we'll run
pretty
out.
sure you've got
No,
more
if,
slides.
no, we'll run out of
Even-
slides if we go.
How many
Even-
reshoots do you think they're going to go through now?
They got at least
Now
two
that
more.
they've
They got at
wrapped
least two.
filming.
Who cares?
Yep. It's
Well,
just
they've only
funny.
got-
It's just funny that at least even in the promotional art, Pedro has to be touching somebody.
He was touching her in the was a
Touching
red
you,
carpet thing, wasn't
touching
it?
me.
Did you see
Oh.
that? And she was
Yes.
trying to get his hand away from her at one
Creepy.
point.
He's a dirty
I need my emotional support hot girlfriend.
dirty bastard. Isn't he?
Listen, just don't forget the way that Pedro Pascal started to get along with his much younger co-star on The Last of Us was to talk to her about her sexual orientation.
Oh. Allegedly.
Gag.
No, not allegedly.
not
They,
allegedly,
they
that's
both
actually-
confirmed
yeah.
it in interviews. That's how they
Yep.
got started talking.
Right,
Yeah.
confirmed allegedly then. Okay.
Ugh.
How old's the girl?
Well,
Old
now
enough.
she's like 20, but she would have been like 18, 19 when they started filming The
Well,
Last
still
of Us.
old enough.
Yeah. That's still
Season
weird
2
considering
next
that's a
year.
man bordering
Yeah.
50. That's
Yeah.
not appropriate.
See, there you go. Gavin Blackburn wrenched. Pedro should work for the BBC. Yeah, he'd fit in very well there.
Nah,
Yes,
BBC
you
can't
do.
afford him.
No, BBC would let him have a van parked outside the studio. No
That's
problem.
it, yeah, that's it. Can't afford him.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, so they've got 7 months to do the everything, production, everything.
This has moved fast, hasn't it? This production. I got a
It
feeling
has.
it's going to be
Do you think
really
they've done all?
bad.
Have they done all the special effects already and stuff? Hence why
No,
it's-
I don't know.
No.
and I
Oh,
quite
is there not
don't
many
really
special effects, perhaps?
don't care.
Okay.
This thing is going to be riddled with special effects. They're going to probably spend the next 5 months just trying to get it all done.
Mm.
Yeah, anything that has to do with the Thing and with Human Torch.
Yep.
Ooh, flame on price.
Seriously, that's what he's going to be, isn't he?
Ooh, flame on.
hello thing.
I mean, he portrays him as a decent actor. I just don't
Wait.
know.
Is Johnny Storm gay? Is that what you guys are
Nah,
alluding to?
we're just guessing.
They're
'cause,
speculating.
we're
It's Joseph
speculating.
Quinn that's playing him, and I think
Quinn.
he's a decent
But he's
actor.
not good looking though. They cast someone that just looks like a simp, so it's ridiculous, isn't it? So that we're guessing he's gay.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be able to help themselves.
Yeah.
I
Is
hope
he
not.
okay? Genuine question though. Out
Hmm.
of all of them, is Johnny Storm the one the most likely to be gay? Because I think it'd be easier to turn Sue Storm into an invisible lesbian.
No. Well, Johnny Storm, right, in the comics is going to be really good looking. That's why all the girls flock. At
Yes,
him.
yes.
So, but
He's a
you know
player.
they're going to turn it. They're going to turn it upside down and make him gay.
Well, to be
That's
fair,
my
Ian,
guess.
okay, women do think that. Oh my God, what's that? That ugly guy that dated
Chalamet.
Ariana Grande? No, not Chalamet. The comedian.
Pete Davidson, Peter Davidson.
Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
Girls these days think Pete Davidson is handsome. So
Jim
if we're
Davidson.
looking
And
at
they
a
like
young
Joseph Quinn, and he was on
Yeah.
Stranger Things as Eddie, and like ladies were lining up to take pictures with
Yeah.
this guy. I don't know why, but they were.
there you go. So they might have hit this casting on the nail for a
Well,
modern
and-
audience.
I mean, when you're talking about a guy who literally catches on fire, it's kind of on the nose to make him gay, but I wouldn't put it over Disney.
It's
to
hot,
do that.
isn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Okay.
Oh, thank God for that.
Speaking of hot,
Apparently,
Marv-
the Red Hulk is not in it for much.
Marvel Studios is changing Captain America Brave New World even more now because it had another negative test screening.
Do you know what?
I'm-
Right before it gets released, they're gonna go. We're reshooting 2 days before the release. They're gonna go. We're reshooting
We're
again.
filming it as it's
We're
released.
filming again. Yeah, we're
th-
filming
this-
while
Screw that,
one
we'll
is
do
being
it live.
screened. Yeah, do it live.
Do it live.
This is like a cross between the Marvels and between Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I'm-
just a
you know what?
disaster.
The
Jesus
more
Christ.
I hear about this film, the more excited I am to watch it. I like
This-
truly. This
this
is going
is
to
the
be a
fifth-
train wreck on
Oh
screen.
no, it's gonna be hilarious. I mean, by the time this is ready, they're gonna have a $500 million budget for this thing.
It's at
Not
5
not
now,
even
apparently.
talking about marketing, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna have a $500 million sunk into this thing, and it is going to make Ant-Man 3 level money.
It's got
It's
to do
gonna
a-
pull in like maybe 150, 200.
It's got to do
it's-
$1 billion already.
It has to no for 500 million. It's got to be at least 1.5
It's
billion coming in.
1.2, 1.3 billion.
1.25,
They've
yeah.
got to. It's
Yeah.
This is what the fifth set of reshoots. It has to be the fifth set.
At
It's
this
happened
point,
so often.
At this point, what they'll do is, like they've done with all those other disasters, they'll play it down and try to pretend that they spent less, and they'll say they got all these great tax credits and all this stuff. They'll release it, it'll be a disaster, but they'll make it seem like it's less of a disaster than what it was, and then about half a year later, you'll suddenly see, like, you know,
It made money.
It'll do what the Acolyte did. They kept saying it was 180 million to
Exactly,
do it. And then
exactly.
eventually they released all the tax documents, and it was closer to
Right.
350.
Nearly 300. Yeah,
right. So
There you
that's what's going to happen with this movie. It'll
wow.
turn out that it's 500 million, but they won't admit it initially.
Here you go, folks. Sodden Storm wrenched. Can this movie break Disney? Well, it's broke already, but can it?
Not really.
This
Just to
one
add
alone,
on-
Getting high.
Oh.
There is the too big to fail problem with Disney. They are huge. It's not just movies. They've got the parks and they've got loads of other little things under them.
this plus Snow White plus Thunderbolts plus the Fantastic Four, maybe.
If they all do
No, I
badly,
don't
they'll
think
be in the
so.
hole for several, sort of like 3,
But
4
the-
billion.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is not going to do badly. There's a lot of people out there going to be curious and they're going to go and see it.
I
and it's
agree.
going to make money, but it's not going to break the bank or anything.
Here you go, folks. X Dorka breaks. Why don't you like it? Is it because he's black? No.
Well, he's red.
Because it's shit.
Well, I don't know
'cause it's
that I
gonna be
don't like it or
shit.
not, except that it's now had 3 failed test
We,
screenings.
we love Anthony Mackie.
I do.
As
I
an
think
actor,
he's
He's
a
a great
lot of
actor.
fun.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought he was great as Falcon.
He was.
He should have
I-
stayed as Falcon, though.
It's,
Yes, that's
uh,
right.
if the company making it don't have enough confidence in it that they have to keep on reshooting it, it's going to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
mm,
Common People, it's got 5.5 out. Yeah, I agree.
IGN will still give it a 7.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Harrison Ford, I guess. Because it is, I guess.
I think the
Even
tint's
the-
wrong on my monitor because he just looks very big and pink to me.
I will be the voice of reason and say, yes, I don't like it already because there's a black man. There you go. X-Store.
well, Extorta Breaks was just busting our balls.
I know it
but,
was. Yeah.
My biggest problem with it is it just looks so CGI. Overly
I would-
CGI.
you know
The
what?
whole film does.
Yes.
That's not even the problem. It's when you look at, like, if you go back and watch the trailers for, say, the other 3 Captain America films, minus maybe Civil War, you can see there's like actually some heart. There's some character to it. You can clearly tell, no matter how many different trailers and clips they release for this, it's just a dude in the suit. There's no character there. There's nothing there to actually draw you in, regardless of whether it's Sam Wilson or Steve Ross. It doesn't matter who's in the suit. It's a placeholder character, and I think most of us are picking up on that.
Yeah.
Hooded Man wrenched because it is CGI Brownie. Oh, okay.
That is true. Very true.
I think it's
But
just
you know, when it's done well, the CGI just blends in.
we
Just-
look like we've gone back to 2006
Yeah,
with the
it's
CGI.
terrible. I mean, the creator was not an amazing movie. The story was not great, but the special effects and the way they were done there, astounding.
I agree.
First Iron Man, fantastic.
Yep, that still holds up very well by today's standards as well.
That's
This looks-
one of the best MCU movies, I think.
This
It
is
is.
just
It really
video
is.
game material.
I'm very
Even
fond
video
of-
games do a better job these
Yeah,
days.
this,
to be
this is
honest.
PS2
I was trying to be
cutscene
kind.
level.
Even if you go back to movies like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Oh
you know,
yes,
that's
Sure, yeah.
quite early CGI, but the transition of people to skeletons.
That was ILM, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's the whole idea that this CGI just looked
No, well,
absolutely
the
incredible.
difference between ILM and the people who do CGI now is ILM was people that actually cared about what came out of that company, because obviously the company has a reputation.
Yeah.
But these people, they can give
Probably
a shit.
farmed out now.
Yeah, give a shit. They just do what they can, and that's that.
It's also the problem that CGI is now cheaper than actually doing, building a set and
Yes.
making costumes and stuff. If you look behind the scenes, almost everyone is just wearing mocap suits the entire time, and they just paste it all on afterwards.
You've got to do better, ILM.
No, it's not ILM anymore.
They
ILM
also
doesn't
It's
exist.
whoever it is. I know.
Don't they
I know.
outsource stuff like
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
people that are just all over the world?
They just destroyed ILM. They destroyed Lucasfilm, as far as I'm concerned. And and they're just farming it out and trying to get it cheap as possible.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these studios that are making the effects have suffered the exact same stuff that we've seen with game studios and movie studios, with lots of hiring of people, not because they're talented, not because they're good, but because they have certain identities that they mean. I'm just speaking the truth here, buddy.
He's right. He's right.
And on that bombshell, let's move sidestep. Okay.
Oh, no.
One.
What the hell is this?
Anyone else? One.
Confirmed. The hashtag MCU hashtag Red Hulk skin radiates intense heat and burns everything he touches.
Well, that's the
I've
comic
got a
book
problem
character.
with this. I've got a problem with this.
Okay.
Go on.
And I only just thought about this today
Okay.
when I saw the trailer. Does he wear asbestos trousers?
Yeah.
Or is it
Wait,
just me?
what?
Wouldn't his pants burn off? That's what he's saying. Wouldn't he just be nude?
Yeah, be running around with his todger out. His old man will be swinging.
Well, maybe this is not the first
Ford is
time
probably
he's
your shriveled
changing
mate.
his, and he's got flammable trousers now.
Vex's jaw just hit the floor.
Well, I'm just thinking
Don't drool on your microphone.
if it's a young Harrison Ford running around with no trousers, yes, please.
So here you go. This is it. This should be the tagline for the film. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Right. Okay, I've actually read a Red Hulk comic before.
Yeah, go on then.
And the only bit I really remember, when Hulk gets angry, he gets stronger. When Red Hulk gets angry, he gets hotter. They had a fight in the desert at night, and Red Hulk glowed so much that you could see the whole desert, and it actually turned the sand into glass for several 100 meters around them.
Oh, nice.
But as he gets hotter, he gets weaker, and so when he causes fires, Hulk just punches him and knocks him out.
But what about his
That's it.
trousers?
Oddly enough, they didn't really.
Is his piss
comment on
boiling?
Hold on. This is in the same universe as the Fantastic Four, so he might be wearing Johnny Storm's, pants.
Hold on.
sort of deal.
So I don't know
spoiling.
I don't know the origin of the Red Hulk. How did Ross become the Red Hulk then? Did they experiment on him or something?
What was it? It was an experiment by, I think it was a company called AIM.
Yeah, it was AIM. Yeah.
Yeah,
AIM
AIM
did
give
that.
him they just make him fight the Hulk. They give him powers, and he just turns into Red Hulk instead of Hulk. Yeah. And then
This
good
is
comment
rubbish. This is rubbish.
It
Turns
is.
out burning hot coals. I wouldn't want to walk on them, put it that way.
It's weird. Oh, just carry on. Seriously.
Yes, sir. You
So,
got to
yeah,
do
this-
better.
This is pseudo comics accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still.
Oh,
Couldn't they have got the other guy to play General Wash? The one in the other Hulk film.
Wash?
Couldn't have got him.
General
or is he
Wash?
dead?
I think
Is
he
he
passed
dead?
his
he
He's dead.
died.
He's dead. Oh, he died. didn't he? Damn it.
William.
No, not
Hurt.
him.
Oh,
the
no.
other guy. The
Yeah,
other guy.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Couldn't they not get him from the
I
other
mean-
universe? Let's get Sam Elliott.
No.
Back.
They could
You know what's weird? I'm trying to think for a second. They had Sam Elliott, then they had William Hurt.
Yeah.
Was William Hurt was in the Ed Norton one, right?
Yes, he
He
was.
was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I got it now.
Hmm.
He died, and then he was Me Too'd 1 second after he died.
Okay, apparently wears hot pants.
Does anybody remember that though? They're like, it's a tragedy. This man has died, and Me Too. Like in the same article.
Yep.
I don't know.
Don't you remember
What?
that?
Can't
No.
explain.
He died, and then immediately a woman got up and said that like he was mean to her once because she was deaf and she was dating him, and he was a jerk. So then they just Me Too'd him, and then that's
Oh,
it.
I know that woman. He was in a film with her, and she was
Right,
deaf in real life,
Africa,
wasn't
out of
she?
Africa or something like that. I
No,
think.
no, it's not that one. It's one where I can't remember. I saw it.
Children
in
of the something heart,
That's
of the
it.
Sacred
That's
Heart,
the
some
one.
shit.
That's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So she was in it, and they were dating, and they were both nominated, and she won. And then apparently he told her, "You only won because you're deaf." And then the second he died, like she got up and said, like, "Hey, he told me I won because I was deaf." And then I think nobody ever mentioned his name again, and they recast him
Wow.
with Harrison Ford like 5 minutes later.
Who are
But
we
the,
talking
the, the
about?
thing is that she did win the Oscar because she was deaf. That's the thing.
Which actress is this? Which actress is
I
this?
can't remember her name.
She's a deaf actress that played in a movie, and
It's,
she won
it's
Yeah.
Marley
an
Matlin,
award.
right?
But she
No,
was
it's
also
not her.
dating
No?
him, and he was also, I guess, nominated, but he didn't win. So she said he was jealous and said, "You only won because you're deaf."
So there you
I
go.
mean, likely she did. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably he's probably speaking the truth there. You know what Hollywood's like.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We do.
it was sort of an inconvenient truth, I would say. Maybe her performance was good, but I'm sure it could have helped sway a few votes.
She obviously couldn't handle the truth. Let's move on. What's the size set? Paddington 3 and Captain America Brave New World will both release in US theaters on the same day,
I'm excited for Paddington 3.
February
that's-
14.
I want to see Paddington 3 just bury Captain America.
Yeah.
Theater that
Yeah, I
weekend.
want
That
to see
would be
that
so
too.
funny.
I will
heard
take my
it's not-
kids to see Paddington 3 at the theater before
I-
we'll
I
go
hear
to
it's gonna
Captain
spoil
America.
No, I'm just saying. I hear it's not as good as the last two, but it's still fun. That's what I heard. The third one, but they changed one of the actresses, didn't they? Because the mother couldn't do it. The woman that plays the mother.
Oh yes. I did. I can't remember who they recast her as. Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So there you go.
I don't know. I'm still excited for this. The Paddington movies are just like they're just
They're
good fun,
fantastic.
and
Yeah.
they've got some heart to them. On top of that,
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for Paddington 3.
There you go, God King. Hello, my friend. Paddington 3, Rise of the Bears.
yeah.
Is this by design same day?
Who knows?
Probably not. Well, Paddington 3 was supposed to come out last month originally, and it's been pushed back twice. So it was going to be January. Now it looks like it's going to be February. So I don't think this was by design. No.
Mm.
Is Paddington 3 out in the UK?
Yes, it is.
It
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because there's so much going on in the States with, what is it, Gladiator to
Wicked
Mona
and
Wicked.
Moana.
I think they went,
yeah.
okay, let's just put it back a lot later. I think that's probably part of the reason.
Probably, yeah.
Mm.
Especially since this is a British IP, Paddington on top of it. So, because
Yeah.
as far as I know, it didn't perform that, like it performed well, but not that well at the US domestic, the last two.
Yeah, it was good. Both of them were reviewed really well. They just didn't
Yes.
get a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
We're going to super chat, folks. Rad 2 poons, real money. Thank God Rachel Zegler is not in P3. She was going to be in it, wasn't she?
She was going to star in it, yeah.
Yeah.
She was going to boss him around.
And she opened her mouth and got the boot, didn't she?
Paddington.
Well, I think the official line is she dropped out of it because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Don't know how much I believe that though.
And she's got a big gob.
And she's got a big gob, yeah.
She has another movie coming out, something like Y2K. That hasn't come out yet, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's comedy, isn't it?
It looks
Yeah, I
like a
think that's
horror.
coming
Comedy
out
horror. Yeah.
next week. I think it's coming out or the week after.
I hope it makes $0. I want a track record to be so bad that they're just like there's no point in casting her in anything else. I
Isn't
know that
it-
sounds petty.
Isn't it a stupid premise? It's about when it changed to 2000 and all the
Yeah.
computers go crazy and try to kill you or something like
Yeah,
that.
That would have been a good movie to do a few years before that year, because then you
Yeah.
can kind of play with people's imagination of what's going to be. But right now, to go back and do this kind of retro thing with Rachel Ziegler sounds like crap to me.
Okay, I'm going to try better this time. Dork Da Beats. It's okay, guys. She apologized. She did.
Yeah, but Greg Wallace apologized as well.
Oh, no, I'm not touching that one.
No, don't.
I am. I'm very petty. People are saying in the chat that I'm petty. I agree. I don't know why. I'm so petty.
Price is vengeful.
That's what we like about you. The chat. Well, the chat do it anyway. Okay.
At least I admit it.
Yeah. Okay, shall we move on?
Onward.
Venom 3 crossed 468 million globally. The film had a budget of 120 mil.
This was really funny because I remember the first week this movie was out. Everyone in America was trashing it and was like, "Oh, it's gonna fail," but then they totally ignored all the global numbers where it was absolutely killing it. So I'm not surprised. Like, this is just like one of those like, oh, it's American like CGI comic book trash. That's all it is.
This was still sixth this weekend. Sixth.
You know, let me tell you something about Venom. It's at least a series that they managed it in a really responsible way with the finances. Each of the movies cost about $110 million to make, and the first one made like 800 million worldwide, the second 500 million worldwide, and this one is looking to get close to 500 worldwide. All of them profited, all of them made money, and they didn't get tempted from movie to movie to start like doubling the budget. They just said, let's just do this until we stop making money. And I think they're not even going to do anymore. But I'm saying these three movies have all been profitable. It's a profitable trilogy for them. It may not be the best, but it's not. You know, this is a responsible financing, in my opinion.
That's a fair point. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, folks. It's the Phobos, Wrench, Willspot, and Mr. Paralysis me. And Zegler is still getting roles. She was just cast as Gloria Estefan in a biopic. Biopic? God, I used to love Miami.
She looks nothing
Sam
like
back
her. She looks nothing like her. Why is she cast it anyway? Carry on.
I was just looking at the box
She can
office
sing,
for this.
probably.
And 137 US, but 89 million in China. They absolutely love these movies in China.
Really?
It's funny, yeah.
Nice.
I think that it's not confirmed yet that Rachel Ziegler is going to do it, and if I were them, I wouldn't choose her.
But she looks nothing like her, though.
No,
I
she
don't
doesn't.
understand.
And the thing is, I thought that Gloria Estefan was annoying in and of herself, but to do a biopic about her and make Rachel Ziegler play her, that's like it's like some kind of weird paradox.
Perhaps
You're
they'll cancel.
short-circuiting.
Perhaps they would cancel each other out to become like a positive energy. Two negatives make a positive, don't they?
I mean, I'm thinking of Ziegler doing like singing "Do the Conga" or whatever that song is, and like I'm suffering just thinking about it.
But she's also, I mean, it's because of Bohemian Rhapsody, isn't it? That all these films are coming out. I mean, that one on was it Back to Black? That was terrible. That one about Amy Winehouse, that was awful. So I'm assuming this one's going to be awful as well.
The only reason that Bohemian Rhapsody did so well, there were a few reasons, but one, the music is just really strong.
Yeah,
it's such a great catalog to hear like on big speakers. You know, I went to see the movie and like I heard all these songs, and it was one of those cinemas that I could drink whiskey and listen to all this music, and it was fun.
Leslie there?
No, she wasn't there. Thankfully,
that's a shame.
But in any case, I could hear the music. It was a fun experience. Rami Malek did a good job. The screenplay was very flimsy and weak, but it was I don't know. I didn't suffer watching it, but you could get away with that once. I can't imagine that like Gloria Estefan is going to do the same.
They got a Michael Jackson one coming out, haven't they?
Yep.
So
At least they have a relative, like a nephew of his or something, playing him, and I'm hoping that the nephew can do justice to the role. But who knows?
Zegler's gonna get you. Zegler's gonna get you. Zegler's gonna get you. Huh!
Get on
Did you
your
fall over?
feet.
What kind of hits me is that, with Michael Jackson and Queen and the Beatles and people like that, is they were worldwide phenomenons.
Mhm.
yeah,
With Gloria Estefan, I don't think she doesn't fit into that category. She might.
I
have
know
been-
she does. She does. She was
you think?
huge. Yeah, she
but
was
she
huge
doesn't
at
have
one point.
lasting. I
Yeah,
agree.
there's
She doesn't
nothing
have
lasting.
lasting.
You're right.
attraction.
I do not
Okay,
remember any of her
talking over
songs at
each
this point.
other.
I've just
I
had to
missed
look.
the
I've just had to look her
roundabout.
up.
Yeah, no,
Here
you're
you
I
go.
don't remember any of them.
Jay
And
Goodwin.
when you remember, you don't remember them that fondly.
No
Here you go.
She's
Jay
decent.
Goodwin wrenched. Didn't the Elton John
Biopic.
biopic fail?
It
Was it
did.
I
Rocket
enjoyed
Man?
that film.
I
Yeah,
did
Rocket Man was
because they kept
excellent.
I've
singing all
never
the
watched
time.
it.
Yeah, it was good. Rocket Man was excellent.
And
I
it
really liked
wasn't
it.
even Elton John's voice; it was that geezer's voice, and it just sounded
Taron
awful.
Egerton.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it didn't. It wasn't a failure. Rocket Man. It wasn't a failure.
I liked it.
Rocket Man.
It was shot for only 41 million, and so it brought in about 4x that.
Mm.
Yeah, at least movies that don't make a movie with like $500 million budgets, if they do a lower
Yeah.
budget thing, there's a chance to make your money back. I wouldn't invest more than like $5 million in a Gloria Estefan biopic myself, but what do I know?
Exactly. What do you know? Let's move on. Spider-Man 4's working titled. I can't speak. Blue
Oasis.
Blue Oasis has fans speculating that this long-awaited Spider-Man character will make their debut in the movie.
Who's Blue Oasis? Does anyone know?
They
Yeah,
think it's going to be Gwen Stacy, and I don't
Yep.
think it is because Zendaya has already worked out a deal with Sony and Disney, and she's going to be in it. So they're probably going to reverse the events of the No Way Home, and like in the first 5 minutes, he'll remember her and tell her how great she is, and then we won't get rid of her.
No, but you know what? I think what they're going to do is they are going to introduce Gwen Stacy, and because he decided in the last film that he wasn't going to make her remember him because he has responsibility now, Spider-Man. So it'll be a love triangle, wouldn't it? So I think that's what
That
they're gonna
makes me
go for.
suffer even more that you just
I
said
know.
love triangle.
Yeah.
Now
We
I'm
have
really
a Gloria
suffering.
Estefan
It has
soundtrack going
CW written
over
all
the
over
top.
it.
Yeah, because in the history of Spider-Man, obviously Gwen Stacy was the girl, and she died at the hands of Green Goblin, didn't she?
Green Goblin.
Spider-Daya.
Yeah.
The day that Gwen Stacy died. That's
Died,
a classic comic. I
Yeah.
had a reprint of it.
Yeah. So they might play that on this one, and yeah,
It's
We'll
entirely
see.
possible that the name means nothing as well. I mean, Star Wars went down as Blue Harvest whilst they
That's
were recording
right.
it. So Blue Oasis might be absolute jack shit.
you might have Liam Gallagher in their film. Yeah.
Spider-Man Romulus. Ugh.
We'll see anyway.
Yeah.
I do like the Spider-Man movies, I've got to admit. I'm not really fond of Zendaya, but if she's in it, she's in it, But I
Here you
do
go.
like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Istophobos wrenched World of Sport member for a month. MZGA make Zendaya gone again. Yeah, I'll back that one up. Yes. And for the Brits, MZGA. Okay.
Zendaya.
Shall we move on? Move along.
Let's swing across. Oh no.
I'm so ready for this. Oh my
no,
goodness.
I don't
Hashtag Craven the Hunter's official Cinemark XD posters being revealed. Loads of posters being revealed for this.
This poster is terrible. I'm not a fan of this. Like, this looks pretty gay. Like homosexual, not gay isn't stupid.
Yep.
'Cause it's rainbow colored. This doesn't scream like action flick,
Yeah, that's why I put it up. Yeah.
So that's I would think that this is like a Pride Month movie, if it didn't have a Craven slogan at the bottom.
Are you going to
there.
go see it?
Oh, 100%. I've already got my towel ready and everything.
We got 2 weeks before this one comes out?
Yep, it's Craven time.
Not interested.
And Craven was a bad guy, wasn't he?
Exactly.
He He was a hunter who just hunted big game, and he just wanted to kill Spider-Man. That was it. That was his storyline, wasn't it?
Well, that was he's like, yeah. So that was a sport for him to try and capture Spider-Man and kill him, basically. So he was from Russia as well, wasn't he?
So
He was, yeah. And they seem to, like, based on the trailers, it seems the accent comes and goes depending on the characters, but sorry.
I'm not interested. Not interested.
Honestly, I wouldn't bother to go see this movie if it weren't for Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Ian's not interested, everybody.
Why? Women like Aaron Taylor Johnson? I never knew that.
It's what you call it. It's Craven the Hunter. It's a villain. Again, Penguin, Craven the Hunter, Wicked. I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean? Connect it all. Can you not connect it all? Jeez.
Well, there's two separate issues. One, I agree with you. We have too many of these kind of sympathetic villains. But also, was he such a draw for women? Why didn't they keep him as Quicksilver if he was so
Absolutely.
great?
Yeah, good-looking boy in Quicksilver.
Look, they're
killed
on
him
the
in like
attack.
1 second. He's like, "Hey, I'm Quicksilver."
Heroes. They want to kill heroes. This lefty people that's in Hollywood. That's
How quickly did they kill that character? He was introduced and like 5 seconds later he was dead.
I just, it's funny that you bring that up because as I look back at the MCU, I really do believe that past the first Avengers film, Disney and Marvel didn't know what the hell they were doing. They laid out just those ones, and then after it was just kind of like, oh, we're managing to make this work still, even though it's not as clear cut as that first arc of MCU films are, and that probably explains why we got Quicksilver, who should have been a more long-standing character, show up for a total of 3 minutes in that film and then just completely disappear.
Yeah, that was very weird what they did with him.
Yeah.
Ashen Prism. Say the line, Meggie. It was many lines. But...
This is going to be.
It's also a bit weird that what's her name had an accent.
And then
Wanda,
Scarlet Witch, and then it disappeared.
Wanda had an accent, and then they're just like, you know what? Just stop with the accent. You're not doing it well. Just talk regular. And she's like,
same
fine.
thing with Black Widow, wasn't it? Black Widow.
Yeah, the quality control wasn't up to it, was it?
Yeah, it's just...
With Black Widow, they made it seem like from a young age they taught her English so that she speaks English well, and that's why she knows how to pretend that she's American. It's fine. At least they laid the groundwork for it at some point, but. In this case, I don't think they ever even tried. They're just like, oh, they tried in WandaVision. They're like, oh, her mom gave her Bewitched on a videotape, and she watched a videotape of like Elizabeth Montgomery as Bewitched or something, so she knew English or some crap like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was some nonsense like this.
Ian, could you say the line again, please?
What's that?
Your line. Could you...
This is going to be shit. So, there you go.
Okay.
You're right though, Ian. This probably is going to be a shite film, but I'll get mine at least.
Okay, for the Brits, BBC license fee confirmed until at least 2027 as UK Culture Minister considers funding options for the broadcaster.
They're not getting any money off me. What I'm saying.
Is that toilet paper?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
BBC.
Okay, we'll sidestep it.
Big bad.
And then same day, TV license to rise by £5 to 174 million in 2025.
Why would anyone pay it? No one's going to pay it. I mean, half a million people left their license fee. Was it this year alone? So. And it's only going to get worse because the BBC, they're a horrible company.
Is that per household? Is that how they assess
yeah,
that?
170, yeah.
So, I mean, that's one household. That's like 3 streaming services.
Yeah, I know.
You could afford.
That's why people are coming off it.
For that. I mean...
And also, right, they target the old people, especially the people that haven't reached the age so they can get it for free. They send them red letters and stuff like that. But everybody knows that when they knock on your door, they're not allowed in. Yeah, they're not allowed in. You can just tell them to screw off and then shut the door. You know, but some old people are under the impression that they've got the law on their side and they can come into your house and all that.
Intimidation. Here you go. Flav wrenched. Will Sport 500,000 cancelled this year. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Can you decide that you don't want to pay it? Can you just say I'm not paying?
Yes,
I'm not paying it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
They've got to prove that you don't watch live TV.
BBC. Yep.
No, it is technically it is live TV. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be the BBC live TV.
Yep. And they can't unless they enter your house.
They try to get around it by say, if you have a computer, you can watch iPlayer, and then because of that, they say you watch BBC products and therefore have to pay the license fee. But again, they have no ability to prove it.
Yeah.
Well, they could probably check your IP address with stuff like that.
Well,
so
during
through the
the
internet, it is-
70s,
yeah.
during the 70s, they had this advert out where there was this van and people were in the van with headphones on and they had like a satellite thing on top
Big
of the
aerial.
van.
Yeah.
Big aerial. And they could say, oh, he's watching Columbo. Do you know what I mean? That kind of shit. And it was all a lie. And everybody believed that they
Yeah,
could
don't work.
drive their van and see who was watching what. It was just a complete lie.
I'm going to stick my neck out here. I'd probably say maybe 10, 12, 13 years ago, I don't think people would have minded really for the BBC, but it's just this last 10 or so years where they've embraced the ideology. Certain people they protected, and I think
My brother
Yeah.
was watching football on the BBC, and every commentator was a woman.
for men's football.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
getting really upset. He was like, "What the hell is
Yeah.
this?" So there you go.
Yeah. So they've done it themselves, folks.
There is nothing worth watching anymore.
There was a time and a place where we got quality entertainment from the BBC, and then it
Yeah.
just stopped.
And now you
Um,
get shooty.
Not this week though.
Just not this week.
Okay, so they did it to
29,
themselves,
60,
folks. The BBC did it to themselves.
What's this?
Apple, the computer company, stuns fans as it releases a non-woke Christmas advertisement promoting family values and pro-family messaging. Anybody see
Oh,
this ad?
No,
It was
I
a
would
normal
love to
ad.
see it.
It was a
I would
normal
love
ad,
to see
everybody.
it. I
Yeah,
would
it's
love
pretty
to see
good.
it. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very-
I
very
think everyone
simple.
was more shocked that Apple went back to normal ads, but it doesn't top the Volvo one at all. The Volvo one actually made
No.
me cry.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
but
the-
it's because of the president, I guess. Everybody's turning, right?
So
They're
here
all
you go.
worried now. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is here you go. Flav wrenched
Yeah.
will spot the Trump effect. Yeah,
Mm.
Yep.
it was
What's
a
he doing?
normal ad for
Drinking tea
everybody.
there? Is he drinking tea
Yeah.
there? Oh, right.
I think the story is the father is deaf.
Well,
Right.
he's losing his hearing, and so yeah,
and
the
the
you see him-
AirPods or whatever is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, they-
exactly.
They got a new hearing aid function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The newest AirPods. In fact, I have them. You can run a hearing test in your ears, and it can tell you, here's the little audiogram that it made for you, and it can help you as basically a substitute over-the-counter hearing aid. So yeah.
Oh,
it's-
that's
Hold on,
nice.
there's a commercial that did this almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's
Can
been
you
other
live
commercials that have
stream
done
with
similar
these things and like? Can
No,
you
it
live
was like-
stream with them
it was
acting as a hearing aid?
It was a deaf man,
Pardon?
and the daughter I think it might have been a Tesla commercial.
It might have been.
But it was like the father was deaf, so the daughter gets him a car, and it allows him to like hear music again or something like that because of the vibrations in the
Huh.
vehicle or something like that. Yeah, they've done. Sorry, that
Yeah.
just triggered a memory. That's all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Here you go, folks. Thinking man's joke. Common people wrenched. My dad has AIDS too. Yeah, my dad
Yeah.
has AIDS too as well, mate.
But
How
it
much
is
do
a-
they cost?
Yeah, it is a sweet commercial. If you're buying the pro level AirPods, if you're just buying them straight up from Apple, you're an idiot. Find them somewhere else, and you can save yourself $100. So $160 for these pro iPods. It's really
Yeah.
not that bad. But yeah, they work really well, and I've actually heard some people that have said that they have been using them as hearing aids, and they
Pardon?
actually work pretty well.
That's good.
Pardon?
Yeah, good joke.
You what?
Ian.
Yep.
I'm
I'm laughing
determined to
right
make it
now.
work. Pardon?
What?
You what, Gov?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it is a sweet commercial. He's kind of listening his daughter's playing the guitar, and he can't quite hear it. It's kind of muddy and fuzzy, and then he puts in the AirPods, and then it comes through clear, and it's sweet commercial.
Did you say something?
Sweet.
Wait, Ron Weasley's not been paying his taxes, everybody. Harry Potter star Rupert Grint faces hefty $2.3 million tax bill after trying it on.
Well, he can afford that. He's not
£1.8
worried.
million.
What is this for, by the way? Like, what is he paying a tax bill? Or, like, what was the legal battle for?
2010, 2011. He, I think the story was the money he got from the last film. He said he'd set up a company, and he was trying to get it through the company books, and the inland revenue say, not been that.
It's something.
It's been ongoing for quite a while.
Yeah, it's been
Should
going
have
for a while.
been taxed as a capital asset, but it was taxed at capital. It should have been taxed as a personal asset, which is at a high rate.
As income, yeah.
So it's trying it on.
Yeah,
but tax. He looks like you for some reason. Wait a sec.
My secret shame. No, but the reason for it was the difference. He put it through a company at 10% capital gains tax, but because he earned so much money in his acting, it should have been at 52%. That's the reason why it's so big now.
Probably don't blame him, to be fair, but there you go.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
He should have just escaped like Roger Moore did. When Roger Moore owed tax, he just went to Switzerland, didn't he?
Just run away.
Just ran away, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was 2010, so it's been going on all that time. Okay.
Rod Stewart also ran away.
Who did?
Rod Stewart, I believe,
also
ran away.
Yeah.
He sailed all the whatever it is. Doesn't he have didn't he? Oh, and wait, Sailing. Didn't he have a song called Sailing?
Yes.
Sailed all the way to the US and
Let's
didn't
go
pay
back.
his taxes.
You know, Dr. Iceman, Wrenched, hello, my friend. Why do these actors live in Britain still? They should move to Dubai.
That's true. And Monte Carlo as a tax haven, isn't it? Monte Carlo. So they should move there as well. So there you go. I think Sean Connery did the same thing, didn't he? With his money.
All the Formula One drivers do as well.
Yeah.
What's his name? Can't remember his name.
Lewis Hamilton?
Him. Yeah, Mr. Vegan Man, who's telling us how to...
I've met him. He was a knob.
Proper twat. Yeah. Let's move on.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is set to star in a supernatural thriller, Deeper, directed by Doug Lineman. The film follows an astronaut. Is this where he's going into space? On a deep sea dive, exploring a newly discovered trench, who soon finds himself confronted by a sinister and dangerous force.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw this appear a couple of days ago, and I had a little look at it. He's a disgraced astronaut who goes on a deep sea dive. So he's not allowed to be an astronaut anymore. And this film has been in development hell for about 10 years. So
it's probably not going to happen.
It might, but I don't know if it's going to be any good.
And Doug Lineman, he is the guy that made The Bourne Identity, but then he fought with the studio, and they didn't like working with him. So when they greenlit the sequel, they replaced him.
No, Isn't Edge of Tomorrow him, though? Doug Lineman?
Hold on. Doug Lineman, that's not true. Doug Lineman was inexperienced when he made the first one, and he caused a lot of problems, and that's the reason why they didn't hire him for the second one. All the mistakes all the new stuff that you see in Bourne Identity, like the fast cutting and all that, was because he wasn't shooting it properly, and the editor had to cut around it. That's how the style was created, because of him. And
so he's a genius, actually, without
I guess.
I guess. Accidental genius.
Yeah.
So what's the name of Tom Cruise's character in this movie? Is it Johnny Deeper?
I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's
Oh, no,
Ocean Man.
I was going to ask, did anyone watch that film a couple of years ago, Underwater, with Kristen
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
I have a feeling that this will be that, but like with Doug Liman's like action twist on it, and this will be really. I'm personally like excited to see what this turns into.
I can't believe you went to see a
Seaman.
movie with Kristen Stewart in it.
You know what?
Fuck
Okay,
off.
listen.
right in
She was terrible in the Twilight films and
Yeah.
early on in her career, but she's really come into her own in the last several
Okay.
years. And on top of that, Underwater was genuinely a decent film, like
It was.
genuinely a good sci-fi horror film.
It was. Yeah, I liked it. It was okay.
I do worry that both Lyman and Cruise, neither of them have done any sort of horror or thriller before.
Yeah.
They've both done action, but they haven't done.
Why can't we
horror.
just have Edge of Tomorrow too, like they've been threatening?
What was that movie that he was Vincent, the assassin guy? That was a thriller.
That was
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, that was a good
Is that
film.
Collateral?
Collateral. He
Yeah.
was sort of thrillery in that one.
The problem with that film is it looked like it was shot on VHS. I hated the way they shot that film. It's awful.
Intentional though, wasn't it? That?
Yeah, it was apparently.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was all right, the movie, I guess.
I liked the movie. I just didn't like the way it was shot. That's all. I thought it was a really good movie.
Okay. Yeah, he did The Mummy.
Yeah, it's the only horror he's done, and so it was a big flop, wasn't it?
Kurtzman killing the Dark Universe. So another franchise he killed. What a tosser. Shall we move on?
Move on. Oh, hello. It's Mr. Scott.
Sir Ridley Scott's happy 87th birthday. What's your favourite movie from the director? We'll leave them up. So,
Happy birthday, mate.
I hope this is your last one, Ridley.
There's so many good movies to pick from, all three of them.
Mm.
Alien was a good movie.
Yeah, Alien's mine. I think
Blade
You know what?
Runner.
I'm going to go against the tide, and Alien Covenant is
Prometheus.
the best film.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I think all seriousness, Alien is probably my favorite one.
Alien, yeah. Alien's my favorite as well.
I do enjoy Black Hawk Down.
That is a good war movie. Yep.
I was very fond of The Martian. I thought that was very entertaining.
It was all right.
Who does that star?
Matt Damon.
Damon.
Amen.
I don't like Thelma and Louise, though. I never liked
It was
it.
all right.
What about Blade Runner at the bottom?
No, I like Blade Runner, but I could never sit through that movie again, nor the sequel. It's just too slow.
The sequel was crap. I mean, I like the original one, but I think that people like it probably more than I like it. I just think it's good, but not as good as some people think it is. But
yeah.
Here you go, folks. Flav Wrenched World Spot. Happy birthday to you. Stick to bread ads, you fool. We all loved all the young stuff. Sit down and enjoy retirement, you.
I know. I don't look. Martian was okay. That one was rubbish. Black Hawk was good. Sorry. Blade Runner was good. I thought Thelma and Louise introduced us to Brad Pitt. If it wasn't for this film, Brad Pitt wouldn't have gone.
that's
anywhere.
probably the silver lining that a young Brad Pitt discovered for this movie, basically. But
yeah, go on.
I don't understand the movie. I'll tell you why. Susan Sarandon, doesn't she kill that guy that's serving grapes to Gina Davis?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be the end of the movie? Like the police arrive, he did this, he whatever, and that's it. I mean, I never understood what you want from me. Why are they driving around? What do these ladies want?
Why did they kill themselves at the
jumping
end?
off the cliff?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
I remember I was a young lad, but I saw this in the theater, and then they drove off the cliff. And when they drove off, I was really annoyed. Even though I was young, I said, like, why did I sit here for a few hours for them to drive off a cliff? Fuck them.
Let's keep going, she says to her. Let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going. So what?
Okay. Sidestep.
Is that Pedro?
Okay. I'm going to try and read this. Okay. So I've got full screen here, folks.
All right.
Hashtag Gladiator 2 cinematographer John Matheson says Ridley Scott has become lazy with his filmmaking. And he lists some points. Impatient and uses multiple cameras to shoot as much as he can at once. Some scenes have 8 to 11 cameras. Next point. Leaves equipment in the background and edits it out later. Next point. Doesn't block shots when rehearsing scenes. Next point. First Gladiator had 50 VFX shots, and this one had thousands.
Wow.
What's blocking?
Blocking is when you basically
Delete somebody or something.
no. When you have
The
actors.
actors like do the.
And somebody from the chat.
Sorry, go on.
So you have actors, and you make them perform in front of you. Then you think about where you're going to put the camera, and tell the actors where to stand because the camera's here and stuff like that. So it's like a dance that you do before you actually shoot. But if he uses 11 cameras just to shoot a scene and he doesn't block it, then that's just really bad. It's just wasting everybody's time.
Yeah, it's sloppy.
He is 87, though. I have to be honest. Like at 87, you should be thankful that he's even, sitting there making a movie at all. Like in that sense, I give him respect, even though I didn't really think Gladiator 2 was necessary. The fact that he's so old and he made it, I have to give him a little bit of props.
He says this is going to be number 3. Here you go. Wrenched. This was the same argument that Red Letter Media had with George Lucas and the prequels. Sitting and drinking coffee all day.
Yeah, but he could afford to do that. Do you know what I mean? He look. Those prequels were bad, but he didn't give a shit. He just wanted to make what he wanted to make, and that was that. Even if it was never going to flop anyway. So yeah, George Lucas, man, powerful.
That whole point about the 8 to 11 cameras, there are certain set pieces where you have that many cameras. If there's things like, if you're using stuntmen instead of sort of like special effects, you film it from a lot of different angles. So you only have to do a special effect shot once. If it involves sort of like fire or jumps or anything that could result in injury, you only want to shoot it once. So you catch it with as many cameras as you can so that one of them will get, something worth putting into film.
Yeah, but the cinematographer is saying that he's basically alluring to that he uses it even if there isn't a stunt. He uses 8 cameras to shoot something like talking heads, which is bad.
Yeah. If you're using it for basic shots, then that is lazy.
It is lazy, yeah. But then again, he is 80, whatever, and maybe he just can't be asked anymore. And if the company's dumb enough to give him 8 cameras and dumb enough to pile a lot of money into this film, why not just sit back and easy road out, I guess.
It's not film though now, is it though?
No, it's not. It's digital, yeah.
So maybe that's why he does it, because obviously back in the day it would be physical film.
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's really lazy with the actors and everything, because you're just letting the actors run wild, and then you're supposed to direct them. You're supposed to tell them how to say things. That's what directing's all about. But anyway, whatever.
I mean, there's a difference. I mean, just thinking about just filmmaking in general and historically how it's done. You're putting your actors, you're putting them there so that you're framing them. You've got balance in the shot. You're making it. You're putting basically art on your canvas. And here he's just like, move around and I'll shoot it with 8 cameras. One of them will work.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's probably got one camera for close up on the other guy, and then he's got the reverse, and you know what I mean. And then if the camera's in shot, they just get rid of it via CGI. That's why he has 1,000 CGI shots in this film. Yeah. So that's probably what he did.
I think we've got some man love coming in for you, Price. James Caserta. Hello, my friend. Price's voice is at once sexy and hilarious.
Yeah, I bet you wish that was a girl that said that, Price, eh?
Janine. Or Leslie. Did Leslie say that?
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
He thinks.
James.
Okay.
You can call him Jimmy.
Have we finished?
With this, yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Gladiator 3 apparently on the way.
Unfortunately, I don't think Ridley's finished, but
that guy, isn't that guy falling Well, isn't that guy going to not get any work off Ridley after putting that out?
Maybe
was
he doesn't
mentioned.
want to work with him anymore.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe just done nothing. Jude Law shares his favourite hashtag Star Wars movies, Empire Strikes Back, and then Rogue One. He would have been happy with ITV2 today then.
Do you know what? He has to say Rogue One. I bet you Rogue One isn't one of his favorites. I bet you it's Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. But since he's working for Disney, he has to shove Rogue One in there.
I agree with you 100%. He had to throw something in to make it seem like he's a team player.
That's right.
So he would have just said Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, probably.
At least he didn't say The Last Jedi. He probably looked at the movies he had to say, and he's just like, well, this one wasn't as bad as the other one, so I'll say this one.
Yeah.
And at least he can name Star Wars movies. Was it the Acolyte when they were doing the press tour and someone asked, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And they just went off on a tangent because they didn't mention any names.
I liked the one where Anakin blew up the Death
Star.
Oh, that was Yord, wasn't it?
Is he wearing Lando's shirt? Looks like Lando's shirt, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
He raided his wardrobe.
Well, that's all right. Yeah,
To be
Lando
fair,
raided Han's wardrobe.
Yeah,
right?
Lando was wearing Han's outfit at the end of the
He was,
Empire.
he was.
Skeleton Crew is out tomorrow, folks.
Good luck.
A day early.
Is it tomorrow?
December 2nd. Yep.
Second, yeah.
Who said it was a day early, really?
Yeah, it's going to be the 3rd.
Yep. It's coming out tomorrow.
Day early for some reason.
Can't believe they got like a blue elephant in it.
Double
Jesus.
episode, so I'm going to be busy this week.
Don't care.
Shit, I am too, now that you mentioned
Wait,
it.
are you guys going to be reviewing the...
Yeah, we're going to roast it, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Might be good. Maybe you might not be roasting it. You never know.
Hopefully we'll see Ruin this week, folks. Hopefully. I hope we do. Yeah, I think we're gonna be roasting 2 episodes this week. If I can
Hold on, sorry, just to interrupt. When did the chat get so horny? I went to go to the bathroom.
They're wanting you to talk
It's when
dirty.
you showed up.
Yeah. I know.
Wow.
You've not been paying attention, have you, to the chat? They've been
No, I haven't.
You
been mad
turned
for
up
it.
and the whole chat got
fucking
wet.
mad for it. Yeah, fucking mad for it. That's why the numbers are up, Vex.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so we're going to roast it this week, folks. Skeleton Crew. Dead Nah. Shall we? Is it a sidestep? I can't remember.
Don't know.
Maybe not then. Rumor.
Next slide. It's okay. We don't need to hear this.
Lucasfilm wants John Boyega to return as Finn in an upcoming Star Wars project. Rumor again keeps coming back.
What a load of bollocks. Sorry.
Was the rumor put out by John Boyega?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's all I can think of.
Or Disney, so they can just keep saying, "Oh, we're making loads of Star Wars movies," when they're not making anything.
It's not a course correction they can do at this point. If they wanted to do that, they should have set that up in The Force Awakens and then in that trilogy. To try to bring him back now and say that he's a Jedi would just be even more embarrassing than everything they've already done with his character.
Yeah.
Yep.
He should have been a Jedi in the sequels.
He was going to be until Roundhead came in and
just derailed everything.
Yeah.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Roundhead and KK destroyed everything. We've said this before, don't blame JJ. I think, don't we, Ian? JJ wanted to make something half decent.
But I still blame JJ for the first film because, again, the first film could have been 10 times better and it wasn't. He just copied
perhaps KK
the
was.
first one.
He's still a hack. He's still
Exactly.
A hack.
He's still a hack.
He's still a hack. It's just somehow in the shadow of Ryan Johnson, he somehow looks a little better than Ryan Johnson. But
Yeah.
I still think he's the Hamburglar of Hollywood, which is what I always call him.
Yeah, you put Ryan Johnson and KK in the mix, and JJ doesn't seem quite so bad, but yeah, he's still a hack.
Okay, we've got a request from Wrenched. I misspelled something. Could someone on the panel please say? Go on, who's going to say that then?
What's a whiny Boyega voice?
Yeah, what does he sound like?
I've completely lost in my brain what he sounds like.
Me.
What?
Is
What?
he British?
He's British.
He is
He is
British.
British.
He's British. But what? I don't understand the question.
So they
Just
want
doing
you
it
to
in-
say they ain't going to Disney Plus me in this
In
guy's whiny voice.
Boyega's voice.
I did my best to do the impression,
Is
but I
that
think
a-
somebody else could
Try
probably do
harder,
this better
you
than
do
me.
better. Go on, Ian. You've been
No, I
logical.
don't. I don't do impressions. There's something in the water. That's the only impression I do.
Okay, do an impression of John Boyega saying there's something in the water.
They going to Disney Plus, mate. There we go.
I think we said this on the last stream we did. The 10th anniversary of Force Awakens trailer, or was it the teaser, was released. I saw it on the Twitch
Get that.
once
Thanks
this
for
week.
bringing it up, Brown.
You know, the one where he
Bring
pops
it
his
up.
head up. I thought, Christ, this could be good. And then
We were
that
all
was it.
fooled.
And then everybody rolled out the thing, all those kind
It's a
of
shame that-
Jacob and those weirdos, those Disney shills. Everybody didn't like him because of the color of his skin. And it's like,
Bollocks.
shut up already. Shut up.
All of the bollocks. We were embracing it, and we just got let down.
I
We
think
were
he was one of
subverted.
the best characters in
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars.
And gave one of the best performances. He
Yeah,
was
he
one of the
did.
highlights of that movie. And I think that
Yeah.
most people felt that way. Most Star Wars fans that I talked to, and at the time I wasn't online, I wasn't doing anything. Most people that I talked to thought that he was the best part of that movie.
He was.
Yeah.
Much better than that stupid
Yeah,
Ray
and he was-
girl.
It was such an interesting backstory. The idea that it was a stormtrooper who had broken the programming
Yeah.
and wanted to
Right.
find something else to do. That would have been amazing if that had been the movie.
And at the end of the film, he picks up a lightsaber and faces off
Yes.
with the Sith
Right,
Lord.
right. He was
Yeah.
a man.
And yeah, he faces up and yeah, he nearly gets killed, but he did that because he was being heroic, and
He-
that
he-
was
he
a
sh-
great story to start with.
He picked up the lightsaber, he faces off, and then Luke should have turned up and kicked what's his name's ass. That's what should have
Right.
happened in the film, but it didn't. They got Ray, the inexperienced Jedi, and
Thief.
she was
Thief.
she easily
A
took him
thief.
on. An unexperienced Jedi took on this guy. It's ridiculous. The
I mean,
film.
at the very least, he was a trained fighter. Trained
Yeah, he
warrior.
was.
There you go.
She
He had
wasn't.
he had no payoff, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying.
And
When I
this-
came out of cinema, I was perplexed. I
Came
didn't know
out?
what to make from it. I did not know what to make. And all my friends were going, "No, it was really good." I'm like,
Colin,
Little did we
people,
know.
Ray, just leave my Ray alone, please.
You see, Dommy's put a point there. He was a highlight story-wise. Doesn't make much sense with him being race swapped through the clones, though with
agreed.
clones. But the whole point was the clones was just the starting army.
Yeah.
When the Empire rose to power, they just took in children enslaved from the outer
okay.
worlds to bolster
Right.
the forces. So under those helmets, it could have been anyone from any race, any planet.
Yeah.
And they were just all brought in and effectively programmed to just be obedient stormtroopers.
Yes. Yeah. After basically the clones aged out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they replaced those
Oh,
with
okay.
candidates who came in. There were people who went to training and became stormtroopers, but then with the First Order, they were kidnapping kids and forcing them into the
Anyway, okay, it's fucked, everybody.
"Ooh,
Sonic 3 is currently tracking to open with 55 million plus domestically. As of now, the film is tracking to open at number 1, beating Mufasa, the Lion King.
I think it has potential to do more than 55, honestly. I would think it would do more.
Sonic or Mufasa?
Sonic, I hope
Sonic.
Mufasa makes $3.
Yeah,
Maybe
'cause we
one
talked
Mufasa.
about this on the Night Owl earlier or last week, I guess now. But do you? I'm because now looking at how Moana 2 has been performing, do you think that this will probably actually bring in some money at the box office now?
The
I think
Mufasa
it
one?
will."
Yeah.
I
don't
hope
know.
not. I think it looks so
Yeah.
so cheap and crappy. I don't know why they made it. It annoys me.
It's soulless looking and it doesn't look fun, but I'm worried that maybe the average moviegoer has restored a little bit of, because Inside Out 2 was also a pretty big hit this year.
No, everybody's going to go Sonic. They want to be entertained.
We know why Inside Out 2 did well, it's because they took all that woke stuff out, and that was that really.
But
Vex
stuff-
could be right. There's enough suckers
Right.
that may go see Mufasa. What do
That's
we
what I
know?
mean, because I'm just thinking like Christmas movies. So there's Sonic, there's Mufasa, there's Nosferatu, and there's one more
Nosferatu
drama.
definitely for me.
Oh yeah,
But the
that's
thing is,
Yeah, Nosferatu for me as
the
well.
effects in Musafa it's quite good. I think the effects is really good. They try to make their faces like
Cheers,
the
MC.
cartoon with the expressions on their faces, and I think they got the right balance. But whether the film is good is another matter, right? So,
Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Vex, we've got a request. Very
Okay.
demanding this. No, Wrenched. And
yes,
Miss Sparrow
he
says,
is.
Mhm.
can you get Vex to read the words from the Cadbury Flake adverts?
Hold on, only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate. Okay.
Do you know the adverts? Have you ever seen it?
I don't know the advert at all.
They didn't make it to the States.
It is only
It's a
the
British ad, yeah.
crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate never tasted before.
He
Right, I'm
wanted
not gonna sing
Vex.
it. I'm just gonna say it.
Make
okay?
it thirsty. Make it thirsty, Vex.
Go on.
Only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate never tasted before.
But do you know, Vex, you know
For now,
these
for now.
adverts. These adverts was basically a scantily dressed woman walking around in the sunlight
What?
with a
Oh.
flake
It was.
chocolate that looked like a penis in her hand, and she was like
Nice.
sticking it in her mouth. I'm not joking. That's what the adverts was.
It'll be
I'm not
it'll be on
joking.
YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
not joking.
if you want to have fun with Cadbury's adverts, over in the States, Cadbury's caramel adverts featured, I think it was snowboarding and sort of like high energy stuff.
Better
If
than
you want
waterboarding.
Americans, if you want to have fun, look up British Cadbury's caramel adverts,
Yeah,
and it will
yeah.
explain a hell of a lot about kids in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
But if you look up that Cadbury's flake advert, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The way the woman's eating that flake, you're like, bloody hell. So yeah, they worked it in those days, let me tell you.
Gavin Blackburn, Wrench. I went off flakes when I watched somebody with. Oh,
Oh, no, no.
Gavin,
You should not read
Jesus.
that. You not read that. Don't read that. That's horrible.
Sonic's going to do well, everybody. I can feel it in my water.
Sonic good, Mufasa bad.
Oh, hello.
You saw this. Dolph Lundgren reveals he's cancer-free following 9-year battle after doctors gave him 2 years to
But
live.
you know
I
what?
did not know.
Do you know how many people said to him, if he dies when he was going through that? I'm pretty sure people said that to him. That's horrible. I'm glad he's cancer free though. He's a nice chap, I hear in real life. He's very well educated as well. A lot of people don't know that. So
Thanksgiving miracle.
yeah, it's great.
Punchable Face. Find the link, mate. Please. Yeah.
Cadbury's
Flake. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. By the way,
we can watch it in
okay.
the green room after.
Because I find it hard to find Cadbury's in the US, but like
Yeah.
the Canadian one is very different from the UK one because we have some stores that will ship in the UK versions.
Oh, nice.
Why does yours taste so much better?
Because our chocolate's better.
No, but
The
it's still
chocolate in
the
UK is
Cadbury
better.
brand.
It's
No.
possibly down to the milk. What?
Yeah,
as
also,
well.
yeah. So
The
in
milk.
Canada, they obviously make their own, but their chocolate is not as good as ours, and the milk as well. So
In
that's why
North,
British
in
chocolate
North
tastes
America, they
better.
usually put a lot more sugar. At least in the USA side, they like shove a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
that's too makes it too sweet.
Yeah.
Because I tried the UK imported one. I'm just like, this is phenomenal. This is
It is,
beautiful.
yeah.
And then I eat the Canadian one, and it's just like it makes my tummy hurt. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, chat moved up. Here you go. Punchable Face. That's the link to the Cadbury's advert. Thank you, my friend.
I
Thank you,
just
Punch.
watched it as you gentlemen were speaking.
Yeah.
Wrench. Canada uses man milk. Oh, there you go.
It's soy
What is
milk,
that?
actually, if we're going by our prime minister.
Okay. Do we know what cancer Mr. Lundgren had? Do we know?
Don't know.
No?
I'm glad, because the cancer's just I've had a couple of friends that died from that, and my dad died
My
from it.
brother
So
did,
I'm
yeah.
glad. Yeah, I'm glad
It
he's
was,
recovered.
appears to have been kidney cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The tumor discovered in 2015.
I'm glad he's recovered.
He has the power. See what I did there? Let's move on. Okay, this just popped
Oh
on the feed today, and I
wow!
just thought,
Oh wow!
Man.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm glad they're still alive. That's all I can say.
Police Academy.
Zed and Sweet Chuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
man.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did make me laugh when I was a kid. Those two.
I liked this duo very much when I was a kid. I liked
Yeah.
those movies. The first
They were great.
four Police Academy movies, I liked every single one of those movies. Only after Mahoney left, it just wasn't the same
Yeah.
anymore.
It
It's
did
true.
jump the shark on 5 and 6 quite a bit. Was 6 the one where they went to Russia?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think 6
that
was the
was-
Russia, 5 was
that was
Miami, and then
bad.
7 was just. I think there was. It just
There
can't
was
even.
a 7?
I think there was a 7. I
Yeah, I
think
think there was 7.
Oh, God.
and it was so. Those last few were so awful.
Mm.
Really, I think that the first 4. That's what I consider
Yeah.
legit.
I think the
Cool.
first Police Academy is genuinely a really, really, really good film.
Yeah, it's
Good
funny.
movie. Yeah.
It's funny. Wasn't
Second
he
one's not, but it's still up there.
Wasn't he in Scrooge as well? The guy in the
Yeah,
guy
he
in-
played the guy that was holding
Yeah.
up. He's like
That
a
was
crazy
it,
guy
yeah.
that he fired Bill Murray, and then he helps him at the end take over the station with a shotgun.
Mm.
I agree with you, Brown. I'll
Bobcat
tell you.
Goldthwait.
What'd you say? Bobcat Goldthwait. Yeah,
Bobcat
I agree
Goldthwait.
with you, Brown. The first Police Academy, I
It's
feel like
fantastic.
it has humor that's a little more edgy and dark. And then in the second one, you could tell that because the first one did well, they made it a little friendlier. They toned it down a bit. And that's the way I felt about the third and fourth one, that they knew that maybe children were watching. I don't really know how to explain it, but they kind of toned it down. And the first one is the most badass.
Mm. What's the store they went in? The nightclub they went in. Yeah, what was that one called?
Blue Oyster Club.
The Blue Oyster.
Yeah.
I actually went there in Canada because it's in Canada. I actually went. It still has the big dollar sign outside the shop. Is still there. So yeah, pretty cool.
Well, they all stood in there, all the leather mound
No.
people.
I went in and I came out and said it was dancing.
You came out? You went in and you came
I
out?
came out,
What?
yeah.
Do not come, Ian. Do not come.
I bet you today they couldn't make that bar in that thing.
No,
That
they
would be
can't.
considered like offensive or something.
Yeah.
You know what, folks? Over Christmas, you should watch Police Academy.
You know what?
Such a
Police
great-
Academy is one of those films that had that always starred a smart ass hero. Steve Guttenberg was a smart ass hero. Do you remember when he told him to park the car?
Yeah.
That bit in the beginning with the car. Do you everybody remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
He parks
Oh,
the
yes.
car
That's
halfway
how he gets
through,
in
yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Buy now or ad at Mr. Brown asks me. I thought Police Academy is America. It's Canada version of Carry On. It was,
is.
mate.
It was.
It was just so good. The first Police Academy is genuinely a really, really good film.
Where the what's his name was getting a blowjob under the desk. That
Yes!
was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So funny.
LaSalle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it worked because you could identify with at least one of the people who became a recruit. So you could follow the journey and just go, oh, maybe I can do something like that.
I just think it's just well written, and you know what? It's funny.
It was very good.
Okay.
What about the bit where those two guys got all their hair shaved off there?
That's funny, yeah.
And then the guy goes, I just want a little bit off the back. And he goes, well, you can do that. And they just got all their hair shaved off. That was so funny. When I was a kid, I was crying with laughter watching
Oh,
this film.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh, good.
Merch. Merch.
Does that belong to Shooty?
Same software, pinker case. You'll be buying this then, Ian.
No.
Get your hands on the special edition replica Sonic butt plug as seen in the upcoming Doctor Who episode of The Joy of
I wonder
Autumn.
why it's pink. Yay!
It's to match the insides. That's why.
Yeah.
It looks like an odor eater, a really fancy
Does.
odor
Like a
eater.
shoe.
The
It
bottom
looks
of
like
shoe,
the
yeah.
bottom of a shoe.
What is that?
Skechers.
That is supposed to
It's
be
like
the
a
sonic
screwdriver.
screwdriver.
Which is not even a screwdriver.
You know, the long, thin screwdriver that Doctor Who has David Tennant had a blue light on the end, and Matt Smith had the green light on the end, and that is, I don't know what the fuck that is. But I've seen this. It's £40.
You
Get
can keep it.
I am.
Food.
That is not even joking. It is £40 to buy.
You can keep it.
just wait while it goes
Just
down.
looks-
Oh, it'll be a £5 within a month.
Is it B&M? B&M? Not BLM, B&M.
I am a true Doctor Who fan. That's why I will not
It's a
buy
piece
this
of
shit.
junk. So
And I will
stupid.
not.
It's a piece of
so
junk.
Comply to Doctor Who today because it's not Doctor Who. So
Here you go,
get lost.
folks. Sun and Storm Wrenched.
Oh yeah,
have,
there you
I
go.
have the Matt Smith Sonic.
Yep, there you go. I've got all of them
I've got.
apart from Jodie's one.
I have in a drawer somewhere. I've got the John Pertwee one.
I
I've
love
got
that.
the
I've got that one.
the little circle on the top, and, whoop,
Yeah.
and then the Matt Smith and the David Tennant one. The Matt Smith one actually has a button on the bottom, so you can ping it
Yeah.
up and
Yeah,
point and shoot. But but they're iconic and they look great. And there's the whole kind of extension thing on them, which looks
Extension.
they
Yeah.
extend. There was rumors during the David Tennant one that the props were so terrible, but the toys were such good quality that they actually got the molds for the toys and
Oh, I can
They
imagine.
did,
made his one out of it.
They
I
did,
think
yeah.
that's a lie, but I could see that possibly happening.
No, they did because the first few they made was just it was all right, but it was just they made it so far, so they went to the toys and took a mold of the toys, and yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got
There
3
you
of
go.
them right here. Only one of them has batteries working.
there you go.
That's the Matt Smith one.
Was that
Oh,
you
no,
or
actually,
was
this
that
is-
you or
that-
Vex?
No, that was that was actually Capaldi's.
That was
Is it?
Capaldi's.
Yeah.
Did everything open like everything that's not wood open in your room when you did that? Because that's what it does. Open doors, doesn't it? Yeah,
That's pretty much what it's useful for. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, actually, I had the David Tennant one. I've lost it now, but the light on the end was actually ultraviolet, and then the other end was actually a pen, so you could actually write.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Slide
yeah, I
paper
saw one of
and shine
those.
a
I
light on
saw
it.
one of those. Yep.
Mm.
That was cool back in the day.
Yep.
Well,
Are we gonna hear? We're gonna hear your Sonic screwdriver, Vex, the white one.
Oh,
with
I
the
don't
big
have
ball
one.
at the end.
It's in the shop right now.
It doesn't really make a sound that's very audible. It's unless you press it
Yeah.
right up against the microphone. And
Exactly.
It just vibrates a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody's buying that then. Let's move on then.
80.
60 years ago today, Star Trek began filming its first pilot, and the scene filmed on day one of production remains one of the greatest scenes in the history of the franchise. And Jeffrey Hunter's Pike remains one of the great Trek captains after 6 decades. Go figure.
was this the cage?
Yes.
Yeah.
The cage.
I've only ever actually seen it once.
I've never seen the whole episode. I've seen it when they showed clips from it and they made it into a story
Yeah.
in the Trek thing, but I've never.
Yeah, the
actually seen
menagerie.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Menagerie
black
two-part.
and white episode. That's the pilot.
Yeah.
I've actually seen the real one, not just the one that they re-edited. I actually didn't love the whole re-editing thing. I kind of liked the original pilot the way it was.
Mm.
If you get the Blu-rays of the whole series, they have both the re-edited one that they aired later on, as obviously they have the episodes of the Menagerie where they edited it in there, but they also have the original full-length.
Yes, I used to
Version
have
of
that
the-
somewhere.
Yeah,
I
they got the original full-length one that they aired in the 80s, I think, for the first time.
I really like it. I really like the black and white original one. I think it's a good episode. I consider it canon.
Again, I would say that the design of the Enterprise is like no other design ever, even today. It just beats everything. That's such
Yeah.
a well-designed spaceship, isn't it? Yeah.
I also liked. Was it Jeffrey Hunter? What was his
Yes.
name? I actually
Yeah, it was
thought
all
that
right. Yeah.
he for me he's still Captain Pike. And then when I see that Anson Mount
Anson
guy,
Mount. Oh
I
god.
never take him seriously. Never, even for before people watch that crappy Brave and Strange New World, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I looked at him and he looks like a hairstylist, Anson Mounts. Like he
Very
doesn't.
boof. Very
He,
boof.
he doesn't look like this guy. This guy looks like a real man. You know what I mean? This guy acted and carried himself like in a more kind of masculine way. Anson Mount, he looks like, all the time he's like cooking like pastries and stuff.
Yeah. And have you seen his behavior on Twitter lately?
Yeah, it's
On
not good,
X?
is it?
I can only
Oh,
assume.
yikes. Yeah.
Look, That's real Star Trek. The crap
Yes,
that they've
I agree.
produced isn't. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Star Trek. Okay, slightly out of order, folks. We're also creating a universe that is like Star Wars, where there are different times, different places, different things. And like Game of Thrones, where characters are a little bit more,
Complex.
morally complex. James Gunn.
This is a red flag.
Right. Can I just say, Hollywood, I know you're listening. Stop making things a universe. Make a movie, and if the movies work, put them in a universe. That's
add
what
things
works.
to it.
Yeah, that's what
Build it up.
worked with Avengers.
Build it up.
Also,
Make
the
separate
morally
movies that work.
complex. Can they also drop the morally complex?
Yeah.
Mm.
Apparently,
needs to
there's a test screening of Superman
Mm.
Is
When?
that Astro the
today. Apparently, in the States.
Hmm.
I see.
Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
That is
screen.
Crypto, the super dog.
Crypto,
there.
sorry, not
Yeah.
Astro.
Do you know what? Right.
What's Ray got
Seriously,
to do with it, though?
I've got a strange feeling it's not going to be good at all. This Superman film. I think it's just going to be mediocre.
What
I
Yeah.
hope
tipped
not, though.
you off, Ian? Out of curiosity.
Well, it's just everything that he's been saying, but also his costume is so fucking awful.
Shite.
And
Absolute
it's just
problem.
like anyone that could put a guy that looks like Superman in a bad costume like that can't be good. I just think, and also he's adding all like Green Lantern and stuff. Just make a fucking Superman movie for Christ's sakes. What is wrong with you people? Anyway, whatever.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
I just want something good from the DC universe. 'Cause I do like DC. I like Marvel more, but Marvel's done. Put it that way. But DC still has the ability to,
Bounce
do
back.
something good.
I know exactly what you mean, Ian. I love Batman. I love Superman. I love Green Lantern. And there's a
Wonder
bunch
Woman.
of really fun characters in the DC universe that they could make fun movies with, and they're just you just feel like they're screwing it up from the start.
I mean, Wonder Woman, right? If they're going to redo Wonder Woman, Jesus Christ, get someone that has the X factor. The one
Boobies.
Get a woman that looks like a woman, and you just look at her and you drop to your knees and thank God you're a man. That's the kind of woman we want, right?
Thank
Come
God you're a
on.
man. What?
Thank God you're a man, you idiot. Right. So that's a quote from Naked Gun. So there you go. Anyway, that's what they
Right.
should do, right? That's what they should do. Come on.
Cast Vex as Wonder Woman.
I'm not the right color though. So, nah,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I'm out.
Wonder Vex.
Zendaya.
No,
That'd be
she's
like
a twig.
Wonder Boy.
She's a
Okay.
twig.
Okay, let's move on then.
Oh, hello.
Anybody see this? Price
Well,
posted
I obviously did. Yes.
this. Yeah, you did. Seen at Nerdroticon, Piers Morgan talking about Africa today. Definitely wasn't on my bingo card. Lol.
Why was he
What
talking
was the
about Africa?
conversation that led
Yeah.
to that? Because I was like, why would you have a guy that talks about culture on for politics? That's why.
Okay, I think that there's a few different things going on at the
Band-Aid.
same time. First of all, they were talking about other issues when it comes to woke Hollywood. Now, a lot of times, what Piers Morgan does is he kind of rotates his guests, and then if they brought in an additional person from Africa to talk about Africa, so the second like he said it, I thought that Gary would just disappear because that's what happens. You suddenly don't see Gary anymore. And then I was sitting there and they're talking about Africa and Gary is still there. And I'm like, man, they must have forgotten to remove him from this panel because they're talking about like famine in Africa. And I'm thinking to myself, this is just so bizarre. They need to remove him. And then Piers Morgan, one of them speaks and he's like, stops them. And he goes, excuse me, stop. I want to hear what Nerdrotic has to say about this. And I looked at this and then Gary, he actually says the line. He says, well, I'm something of an expert in Africa myself. And like, I was laughing, saying to myself, this is the most surreal thing that I'd seen in a long time. And I was just like laughing my ass off. And he actually answered them. Whatever they were talking about, he actually gave like an answer that even sounded rather intelligent. So I thought the whole thing was just funny. If you ask me why this thing started now, I don't think that they mentioned it even on the Piers Morgan, but why there's a dialogue now. Do you know the song that Do They Know It's Christmas Time of Year?
Yeah.
No, Live Aid.
Hate
So
that song.
every 10 years or so, Bob Geldof rolls it out again and he's like, let's do a 40th anniversary or something like that. But because of like the woke era, this year he came out and like he did some edit. He was showing all the years of people singing. And I guess he did something where he showed Ed Sheeran singing in 2014. So Ed Sheeran then went and said, I regret ever having anything to do with this. It
No.
promotes the white savior complex that we're trying to help people in Africa.
Yeah.
So now all these people, I guess, you know, like the ones in the, especially the right two people, men on this panel, they're upset because like they think that you should give money to help feed people in Africa, but you can't say that they're starving or say that it's in Africa.
What difference does it make that someone is a different color? If they want to help people that has a different color, what is wrong with that?
I don't think the color thing was the main issue on
White
this.
savior?
No, I think you know what, they didn't spell it out this way on the Piers Morgan thing, but trust me when I tell you that that is the main thing here. Because look at We Are the World, they did that and nobody's crying about them because you know you had Quincy Jones, you had Harry Belafonte, it was written by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson, so nobody's going to say, oh well, you know, it's a white system. Nobody's talking about We Are the World. They're just all picking on this Do They Know It's Christmas, because there's a very white feeling to it. And I feel like that has something to do with it.
But they helped a lot of people over there, and the money went to. It was a good cause, and
it was a good cause.
But who cares what color they are? They helped. They came. Look, they didn't get paid a penny to do it. Do you know what I mean? They did it. They did it out of the kindness of their heart.
I think they were saying while they appreciated what happened in 40 years ago, it was incredible. Yeah, they just don't like how the kind of been that this I'm tripping up over words here, that there's still this image of they still wanting cash handouts, as it were, and Africa has moved on, and if anything, Africa is very, very prosperous nowadays.
Is it?
Is it though? Is it?
Well,
are you
at the end of the interview?
What makes you an expert, Brown?
Well,
Just out of curiosity.
I watched the
white
interview.
savior.
At the end of the interview, they were taking
brown
the
savior.
They were taking the piss out of the UK, saying that Africa will be doing a Do They Know It's Christmas for the UK because the UK is so fucked.
These people have nothing else better to do, right? I'm not a fan of Bob Geldof, but Bob Geldof went out of his way to write this song because he felt sorry for those people. He helped a lot of people. The record brought in some money and it helped them. What is wrong with that?
Give me the fucking money.
What is wrong with that?
Midge-Ure actually did a lot of the heavy lifting there, although everybody always talks about Bob Geldof. The real musical work there, most of it was done by Midge-Ure, I believe. And in addition, as much as I also do not prefer Bob Geldof, I will say that without Do They Know It's Christmas, you wouldn't have We Are the World. The reason We Are the World came about was because they saw what they were doing in the UK, and then artists that were actually more black artists in the US wanted to do something, and they started organizing with Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. So basically, a lot of good things happened that also involved a lot of black people helping other people that were also black, and I don't see what the big issue is. They're basically saying because 40 years ago you showed a child and he was hungry in the desert, people think today there's a child hungry in the desert. But first of all, I think there still are hungry children in the desert. And the other thing is, it's like, I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
aren't they mining batteries for Apple and Tesla? Anyway, moving on.
I don't know.
Ex-stalker de...
Let's call him
Brown's not racist because he likes
Anthony Mackie.
No, I hate everybody, mate. So I hate.
No, I just don't understand the logic behind this discussion. And look, again, right? Nobody had a problem with it when it was released, and everybody, said that they helped.
It's the gentleman on the far right who had the problem with it. Is one of
the other guy next to him also had an issue.
Yeah, I would say, folks.
An issue.
I watched the interview today, and it was a fun interview. It's a fun 30 minutes, folks. So, shall we move on?
Can I just stick in that Live Aid was responsible for around 100 to 150 million pounds being sent to Africa?
Exactly. And because they're white, you're going to now shit all over that? It just doesn't make any sense.
They want
We're
to
the
turn
hu-
heroes
we are the
into
human
villains.
race. We are the human race. Color's got nothing to do with it.
But
People want to
now,
help
even
people.
narrative that were positive, they want to turn any kind of heroes into villains.
Yeah, look at Craven the Hunter and,
And
the
vice
Penguin.
versa, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he'll be a hero in one regard at least
Oh,
this
God.
holiday season.
Let's move on then. Oh, my mouse died.
Oh no, what is this? Come on.
Yeah, what is this?
Oh.
The OG cast, very proud of them. Rebecca Gold, season 2, coming soon.
Why have you put
What's
this
this,
up?
Ian?
This is the original
Why not?
cast of original cast of season 1 of Rebecca Gold. They're the ones that stuck with the project till the end on season 2. A lot of people left, obviously. So that I just thought I'd pay tribute to them. In fact, right, a trailer's coming out soon.
Really?
It's only a teaser trailer. It's just it's 1 minute and something. Coming out soon, end of next week. So yeah, I'm hoping that
Exciting.
people will respond to it well and give me some money. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, there you go.
If only there was a page we could donate to.
Yeah, are we going to go for me or something? Eh?
No, I'm going to do a Indiegogo campaign next year, but I'm going to put my trailer up.
You've got to go fund me. Just sort
Yeah,
that out in my bed.
Ian, you should be starting the Indiegogo now because no one's going to want to donate after Christmas.
No, I think when it comes, February, March, I think when everybody's
How do we send money?
I think you send it via, if you want to
Listen,
send me
folks,
some money.
Every live stream I do, there is Ian's GoFundMe in the
GoFundMe.
description, folks. So if you have a look at the description for the live stream, there's a link somewhere for Ian's.
Vex, I can't ask them for money now because it's Christmas. People are spending their money on Christmas presents.
But I mean, people are more willing to be giving at this time versus in January, February when they're broke recovering from the holidays.
You may be right. You may be right. I don't know, but I don't think I have enough time to because seriously, I've got family and they're very.
I got
demanding.
you.
So I'm saying, but the trailer will come out. And if people like the trailer, I'm hoping that they will consider, donating. So,
Gavin Blackburn mentioned, does Ian have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, of course I do. Me and Bex, we have one.
I've been burgled, which is never nice. Wrench full of spot. Bust out them feet pics, Ian.
Yeah, exactly.
Taventino will give you some money then. Okay, let's move on.
Ooh, what's this?
Oh, who saw this? Crypto millionaire spends 6.2 million on a banana artwork and eats it.
I did, and I talked about it this morning.
I know he did.
I reckon
Crack me
it's
the hell up.
I reckon it's money laundering. He's got
probably
money through some crypto scam, and he's trying to just put it somewhere so it's out the way.
Why?
I thought this was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's so stupid.
It's hilarious.
How is this art?
A banana takes your award.
Exactly.
Why
Well,
would
first-
you pay $6
that's the
million?
question.
That's actually a replacement banana because someone did actually eat the first one accidentally.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
it's a
so
copy.
this is
Copy.
a second banana. And he's paid 6.2 million to do exactly the same thing that someone did for free.
Why didn't he give 6.2 million to good
To me.
causes? Yeah, to Mega
my
G.
film, yeah.
Yeah, to this
Live
channel.
Aid.
Live
This
Aid.
channel.
But it's crypto, isn't it? Crypto. He's a crypto millionaire, isn't he?
So he doesn't
Yes.
care really.
Yeah.
It's just
He's a crypto
numbers.
bro.
Just numbers to him.
Bloody crypto bros. Idiots.
Mhm.
I hope it was a tasty banana. It looks ripe, so it should be okay.
It's been on a wall for a couple of weeks now. It outlived Liz Truss.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Never going to forget that.
Okay, let's move on then.
I thought it was Jet Li at first. I thought it was Jet Li, seriously. I thought it was Jet Li at first.
Okay,
They all
there's,
look the same to you, Ian? Huh? What are you trying to
Just-
tell us?
Just saying, just saying.
okay, there's a couple of kind of politicky things coming up, folks. So, not actually specifically Trump-ish. Sharon Stone says ignorant and uneducated Americans to blame for person re-election?
What is wrong
Alec
with these
Baldwin said
people?
the exact same thing. There was another actor that said almost like one for one the exact same thing, that Americans are uneducated.
But
I think that
what's
this is just a running gag now
Yeah,
at this point. I don't think any
what's
of
wrong
this is
with them?
genuine.
they were all
What's wrong with
talking at the
them?
same orgy, probably.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with them? I mean, don't they understand that the majority? If it was like neck and neck and Trump won, you could say all this shit. But it wasn't. It was the majority of the country. The
It was a-
majority. Don't you
yeah.
get it?
It was a
Yes.
democratic process
Yeah,
where the majority of the
democratic,
country. It wasn't even just the election. It was also the popular vote.
Yes.
There is
They-
nothing you can say or do to say he shouldn't have won.
They live in a bubble where they
Mhm.
cannot conceive of anyone willing to put their vote behind any Republican, much less Donald
Yeah.
Trump, without them being mentally impaired in some way. They literally cannot conceive how somebody would vote the other way. And so the only thing they can accept is these people must be stupid. They've been duped. That's all they can accept.
She's looking a bit old.
Ropey.
Right,
Old.
well, yeah, ropey.
Looks like
Senior.
she's getting ready to show her vagina on camera again.
She's still pretty though. I still find her pretty.
She is getting a little older, though.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell.
Bing. Oh no.
Woke woes. Walmart joins Ford, John Deere, Toyota, and other major companies in ditching controversial DEI initiatives.
Rollbacks the DEI policies.
Wah,
Did
wah,
anyone
wah.
read the full article? Because they're just getting rid of DEI and rebranding it as something else? Is it a full rolling back of all of the policies? Like, what's the story behind this headline?
That's a good question.
Who knows?
Oh, come on. This is missed.
Just Fox
look.
News.
Walmart rolls back DEI.
I would assume they're just getting rid of all the stupid stuff.
Are they
Well,
getting rid of the-
remember there was
That helps
a
out.
couple months ago they said that they were getting rid of DEI, but they were just rebranding it as something else because the term, like the acronym DEI, had become so like there's such a negative association. So they just
Yeah.
rebranded it as something different. So that's why I'm asking.
So they're doing something much more akin to what Tractor Supply Company did,
Mhm.
where they're saying, look, this has not improved our business. We're going to be cutting back on all of these different programs. We're not going to be funding pride parades. We're not going to be funding, all of these other things. We're not going to be, we're going to stop with race conscious hiring and stuff like that. So in this particular one, it does sound like this is more of a removal of that from their business versus like a Microsoft, where they're saying, oh, we don't have a DEI department anymore because everyone's job is DEI now.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's more of the Microsoft approach where it's like
Yeah.
it's just rolled into their culture now. So they don't
Okay,
need
so
a department because it's everyone's job.
yeah, so you're right. So I'm looking at the article now. So things that they're closing underneath this: close the company's racial equity center, no longer participate in the Human Right Campaign's corporate equality index, review supplier diversity programs so that no company gets preferential treatment based on race, discontinue using terms such as DEI and Latinx publicly or privately, and ending racial equity training programs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
In addition, Walmart will remove any items sold that may have inappropriate transsexual content for children.
Are they going to fire the staff that's wearing dresses as well?
Who
Is
knows?
Well, the
is what
women.
they're gonna do?
Well, I think that doesn't that fall under a different policy then, because that is like actual discrimination, and most companies have that baked in anyway.
The males that's wearing dresses. You mean? Them,
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like technically, that is discrimination based
Yeah,
on
that's gonna
gender
fall.
identity.
Yeah, that's
I
going to
see.
fall under some other rules.
Okay,
but-
so common sense is
Yeah.
coming back in by the sounds of it.
What about the
Pretty much.
toilet? The toilets, the
Oh,
bathroom.
don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Are they
Who
changing that too?
knows? Who
Don't
knows?
even go there. Here you go, folks. Gooch in speech marks. Gooch. 10 Canadian woke dollars. I hope you all have a great Christmas. And thanks for the streams, Mr. Brown.
Oh, thank you,
You're
Gooch.
welcome.
But thanks,
Thank you,
Gooch.
my friend.
Gooch. You have a great Christmas too. Play this back in about 3 weeks when it's closer to Christmas, and it will mean a lot more.
Thank you, my friend.
It's Christmas now. Don't listen to him.
No, it's not. Shut up. Okay, shall
Don't
we?
listen to
Shall we? It's probably, I don't know.
What's this?
Who saw
this? Is
this?
so sad.
Great.
Oh, this
Ellen-
was very pleasant to read.
Ellen
Yeah.
DeGeneres mansion in the UK that she just moved into is currently underwater.
Where is she though? She's not in London.
Cotswolds.
Oh,
She's
the
in the
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds.
Oh, okay.
It's a sign from God that she needs to get lost.
Oh, I was gonna say that at least she can still get her wife nice and wet.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Ooh.
Vex.
Ah.
Seriously.
Going to need Wellington boots.
I can't believe that she's so stupid to. Well, then again, she wasn't welcomed in her own country, so.
We don't want her. Don't
Yeah.
welcome her.
Didn't someone else recently move to the UK as well? Another American celebrity?
I don't know. Didn't Tom Hanks move to Spain?
Brilliant. Well done.
Very good.
No, Tom
Man
Hanks
of the night.
moved to Greece, I believe.
Oh, he moved to Greece, didn't he? Because they
Yeah.
were getting close to
Yeah.
to the truth on him, weren't they? So he moved to Greece, apparently.
I think we've got a bit of a fan here. I've been burgled, which is never nice. Wrenched. World of Sport.
It's a horrible thing to say. I've been burgled. What is wrong with you?
No, it's not. Hold on.
Seriously.
He's being kind in his own way. It's Christmas, Ian, right? It's
It is Christmas. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think TPPT has won the internet today, don't you? Well done. Well done, mate.
Well done.
Well done. Thinking man's joke. I like that. Very good.
But she's rich though, isn't she? She didn't give a shit about this.
She has
Bitch.
like
She's
$1
a
billion.
bitch. Yeah.
Well, so yeah, so she's rich. She doesn't care.
I mean, she's not making any more money.
No, well, I mean,
No.
she's got enough money to live until she dies. Right?
Good exchange rate as well, so she'll be happier than a fucking
Yeah.
otter in water.
Yeah, Canada's exchange rate is horrible, isn't it, Vex?
Is what? Sorry, what?
Canada's exchange rate.
Oh yeah, it just dropped
It's
again. It was-
awful. Yeah.
yeah.
Strong dollar at the moment, folks. Worldwide, strong dollar. So things are on the up. So okay, let's move on. Australia's Senate has passed a social media ban for children under 16.
I'm
That's a
for
good
it.
thing. That's
Fine.
a
Yeah.
good thing.
Good.
I think I'm probably for this.
Yep.
Yeah, we're for this.
Let's make this policy all the way around the world.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
think. as
Keep
well.
keep
Yeah.
children off of social media.
There are
And-
so many scientific reports on how badly it affects
Oh,
mental
Yeah.
states of
it's
people. You have children who still have developing brains. It can annihilate everything from self-confidence to rational thinking.
It's wildly destructive, especially for young women.
Yep.
It's when I say that we have a generation that's grown up with this stuff, and they are experiencing depression and other mental illness issues at levels that we have never seen in any generation before. And anybody who's paying attention can see that social media has been a huge contributor to that.
Here you go.
They'll never be able
NBC
to enforce this, though.
Yeah.
It's on the way it works is it's on the companies to find ways to enforce
Yes.
it that doesn't involve national
when-
IDs.
But here's the thing. When you say that this is the law now, yeah, there's going to be kids that are going to get around it. They're going to find ways, to be sneaky and whatever to create accounts. But if parents are told this is the law, you're going to get more parents who are going to help enforce this, where right now parents will let their kids do whatever the hell they want because they don't understand how dangerous social media is for their kids.
True.
Just to hold on, that comment that you had highlighted before.
Oh, which one?
They're right though. This is like, I agree with children not using social media, but it's 100%. This is a stepping stone for something else because Australia is
Trojan,
trying
yeah.
to push the censorship and digital ID stuff since
There
the
you go.
lockdown happened. Canada is doing the same thing as well. So it's
There's also one other
It is
thing.
possible. It is possible.
It's not going to cancel out things like WhatsApp and texting, so they'll still do groups and talk about a bunch of nonsense with each other. So the brain cells dying is still going to be there. It's just going to be done in a different way.
It's going to be done locally in a group rather than actually. The problem with social media is you see things from all over the world.
Exactly.
And now you've got everything from sort of like AI slop to, filters on every photo that's taken.
Yeah.
TikTok has actually just passed a thing that anyone under 18 cannot have access to the beauty filters. So they can't fake a pretty face.
You literally have children, 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds who want plastic surgery so that they can look better on TikTok. They can look better on social media. It's madness.
It's mental.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as controlling it goes, I've got 2 children. They both have PCs, and it's actually built into Windows that if I say that they are my children, I have a control on my computer that says I can literally ban specific websites from even loading up in Windows.
Yeah.
Yes, they might be able to get around it one way or another, but as far as I'm doing everything I can
Have
to make
they
sure they don't
been
access stuff
to
they're not
Wicked?
supposed to.
Have they been to wicked.com yet?
Yeah. It's the same here, help desk with my kids. Not only do I have it banned on their devices, but I also have it banned on my network. Their devices connect to our network. They cannot access those sites through our home network. Now, if they want to get around it some way, they're using it somewhere else, that's different. But I've done everything I can as a parent to make sure that they're not going to be accessing those things, at least easily.
Okay. Perhaps this should have been done years ago. Just saying.
Well, that by design it wasn't done years ago, right?
Yeah.
I think no one realized how bad of an influence it was until the kids who used it were old enough, for it to actually show how badly it's affected
The
them.
long-term effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mobile phone, one of the greatest inventions ever, one of the worst inventions ever.
Yep.
Okay. Should we move on?
How long? Is it shooty?
Not this week. I was struggling for a nominee this
Destiny
week.
should have been in the bin this week. Let's be honest.
Destiny.
Let's be honest. Come on.
When wouldn't he belong in the bin, though?
But now
Jeez.
he's really, really bottom of the bin.
What an absolute arse
He is,
that bloke is. Okay.
And he's not in there, but have you seen Greg Wallace's apology? It deserves to be.
Is it Greta?
I'm not touching Greg Wallace with a barge pole, man.
No, I think a lot of people aren't at the moment.
Is it Stammer?
Yes, I know it.
Oh, God almighty.
No, not this week.
Is it shooty?
No, not this week. No, not this week.
Is it Ziegler?
Possibly very, very mild in terms of the bin, but I was struggling. Shall I show the?
What's this?
Okay. This is Arla Foods UK, folks. We have just announced a new project with at Morrison's, at Tesco, and at Aldi to trial the use of feed additive Bovea on 30 area farms. Bovea can reduce emissions from cows by 27%. And this represents an amazing chance to reduce emissions on the farm.
I have no
Okay, so
idea what any of that means.
Okay, I'm reading what this is. So it's
Yeah.
made. So Bovaer is made from 2 ingredients: nitrate and a biologically based alcohol. After suppressing methane production in the stomach, Bovaer is broken down into the same natural compounds again, which are already present and processed by the cows. Basically, it's to stop cow farts. That's what this is.
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's supposed to be there to help limit the amount of methane that's being released by cattle. As to what that's actually going to do to the food supply that's coming from these cattle, from the milk coming from these cattle, right now they say, oh, it doesn't change anything, right? But how many times have we heard that?
Yep.
Not if you're a male and you touch the actual chemicals raw, not good for you. Can reduce
Interesting.
fertility, just not good for you.
I'm really glad I don't eat beef now.
I just apparently this is Bill Gates behind this, the initiative.
Trust
It's
Bill
just
Gates.
more and more chemicals going into food.
Mm.
Do you think what's his face? Kennedy's got a point.
Anyone with 2 eyes and ears and a stomach should know that there has been a point. Like, you can taste the difference in food just over the last 5 years. They're definitely putting more stuff in our food, and it's weird stuff in our food. Like, I was cooking some ground chicken a couple
Hello, Jill.
months ago, and it was I don't know what was coming out of it, but it was this white weird film that I didn't see in my chicken 3-4 years ago
Yeah,
before.
that's the roids and the
Yeah,
water. It's the water retention. That's the steroids.
Yeah, no, I'm glad
Not
that
good for you, folks. Not good for you.
hopefully JFK will actually do something, but yeah, they've been putting stuff in our food that they haven't been telling us about for decades.
I would probably
can
say
taste
if you're going to eat white meat, probably go the turkey is the better option.
Yeah.
The chicken is just full of roids. Just not good for you, folks. So they're putting it into the milk.
So that cows can't fart.
Fart less.
Yeah. Well, when they fart, they just have less methane in their farts. Yes.
Right.
Although it looks like the studies that have been done have, some of them they claim 80%. This one says emissions from cows 27% up there. That seems to be a balance of a number of different studies because a lot of them have shown as little as 7% reduction. So it seems like it might just be a cash grab.
Yeah, because I've also seen the numbers vary in terms of how
Yeah.
much methane cattle production actually does put out there.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if this is also based off of a few falsified reports.
Well, it's different between different different breeds of cows. There's a lot of different things that change how much methane they produce, and there's a lot of arguments to say that the methane produced by cattle doesn't really have any effect on warming at all.
There's actually you get more emissions out of trees falling in the forest than you do most human activity. Fun fact. Because those are all carbon stores. So the second they fall, all of that carbon gets released back into the air.
Nature's own carbon capture devices, trees, and chop them down. What a bad idea that was. Okay.
What makes me laugh about this? I've seen videos of people just actually taking bottles of their milk over to the sink and pouring it down.
There's the
fact that people think they're winning by destroying stuff that they've bought.
Well,
the company already has their money. They don't care. What you're going to do? Go out and just buy more milk?
Oh, look who it is, folks.
Nonsense.
Greg Wallace. Need a new panelist. I'm not busy these days.
Yeah.
It's the real one who's got 2 G's. Yeah.
Send us an email,
That's
mate.
him. Oh, wow.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Move on.
And
finally,
I kind of get the feeling that it's only going to be me on this.
And finally.
And where's Z when you need him? Congratulations, Z, on your anniversary as well.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
Finally, Greg Wallace, any tarts in Vex?
There's a soggy bottom, I'm sure.
Okay, and finally, I think this is just me. Superman and Lois.
Didn't he fight Doomsday?
Yeah, it's the final episode tomorrow.
I saw clips from it. Impressive, the Doomsday CGI.
Yeah, everybody's been saying it's the best Doomsday on screen as well.
It wasn't hard, let's face it,
Yeah.
to do the Doomsday thing.
So it's the last episode tomorrow. Sad. This season's been fantastic. Binned because of Gunn not wanting conflicting Superman man, which is a bitter pill to swallow because I feel that this Superman's better than what we're going to get.
We'll see.
Even though it is fugly.
Yeah, fugly Superman.
Yeah. So, the big final episode tomorrow. Lex Luthor, Superman, the Superboys. Brainiac is supposed to be in it. He's not appeared yet, but
Might
there's-
appear tomorrow.
yeah, there's a surprise cameo apparently.
Is it Henry Cavill?
There are rumors that it's not this week. Rumors
Oh.
it's Supergirl, but I don't know.
Supergirl. What
Here you
you
go,
mean?
Tom. James
Helen
Gunn is
Slater?
rubbish. No, not that one.
Oh,
It's
James
so
Gunn.
frustrating because the series was booked for 7 seasons.
how could you get it so wrong? You've got Superman, you got Batman, you got Wonder Woman, and they got those characters wrong.
We've
What
had
is going
3.
on?
We've had 3 seasons, 3 full seasons of Superman and Lois. Not about what 20 or so episodes, and they've been consistently good. It's been a great show.
Hmm.
And all because of the Superman, this movie that it just looks like they're throwing the complete kitchen sink into it. Yeah.
Mhm.
We've said this before. This is the best Superman.
No, you've said it before.
Well, I think this is the best Superman we've had since
Chris Reeve.
Yeah. For
Oh.
consistency. Yeah.
Hmm.
Tyler Ocean, is it? It's fantastic.
What happened to his cape? How comes it's floating around, all tears and everything? Is that his cape on the poster?
That was the end of last season when he was fighting Doomsday, and
Mm.
it didn't go well. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So final episode tomorrow, folks. I'm gonna need something else to watch while I'm munching on the toast.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Skeleton
you got
Crew is coming out.
Well, if you reach that magic number, you can watch effects in a tank top. So there you go. That's something to watch, I guess.
Do you know?
Just saying, I raised $1,000 with these puppies last month for some.
did you?
Oh yeah. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
James Gunn, massive own goal on this. This series could have lasted. I feel 5 strong seasons. Yeah.
It's too late, man. It really is. They've messed up the DC universe.
Man, it's just so frustrating.
The things
How
they
bad
should have
would it-
done, they haven't done.
How bad would it be if they actually just mess up the movie really badly and then just stop making any
You know,
Superman
what I'm saying.
products?
I hope that doesn't happen.
I would have. It was originally booked in for 7 seasons. They've talked about it, on live streams. The actors. Yeah, we were down for 7 seasons. If they'd have given us 5 full seasons, I think would have taken that as a result. But anyway.
How many seasons is this ending on?
This is season 4, and this
Gotcha.
is a 10 episode season.
Oof. Did they say why they decided to cut it so short? Has that been revealed?
It's never been officially said, told, people, but I think it was the actor who plays Lois Lane's dad. What's his name? Dylan something or other. Said, he feels that it's because they didn't want to conflict with the new Superman. That's
That
coming
new
out.
Superman, the guy, who's the guy that's playing the new Superman?
Corazon or something. David
He
Corazon.
looks a bit
Corazon.
soft, doesn't he? He doesn't look like a. Anyway, whatever. I'll stop there.
Also, to be fair, that whole CW operation went down the drain and had to be sold. The whole network had to be sold or something. So it's not like it's in its heyday of all those Arrowverse shows that they just kept shoving on there. At this point, maybe they just didn't quite know what to do. Along with James Gunn wanting to relaunch his thing.
Yeah,
So
they should have
figured-
just put this on HBO, and everybody would have been happy as pig in shit. But anyway, okay, that's Superman and Lois. Everybody,
if it had started on HBO, it would have been easier for them. But now I think they didn't quite know what to do with it. But you guys are probably right that you're upset. But it is what it is.
I'm not upset. I don't watch it, so I'm not upset.
Is this the last show for the CW? Is this the last one?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, this is the final.
It's done and done,
whimper.
mate. Anyway, okay. That is it, folks. That is it. Chats, you are the best. Thank you for the interaction, the super chats. Thank you for the sexy talk. That amused Vex somewhat. So, chat, you're the best. Great numbers this evening. Great numbers, great energy. So, chat, thank you very much. I will thank the guests. Let me go get the guests up. Sorry, I'm boomerang. I'm multitasking, and I'm not doing any of them very well. The tax avoidance help desk. Thank you, my friend.
It's been amazing. This has been quite fun. I look forward to seeing everyone again very soon. Bye for now, chat. You're amazing. Panel, thanks for being here. Hit the
Cheers,
like
Ian.
button.
Yeah, press that like. Leave a comment. Cheers, Ian.
No worries, guys. No worries.
Price of Reason. Cheers, Price.
Cheers, man. Pleasure being here as always.
Are
Thank you for inviting me.
Are you sure?
You sound very sick. Oh my goodness.
I sound very sick, or you sound sick?
You sound very sick. You just sound
I'm overcoming a cold, but I'm relatively okay.
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 Mr. Brown Lance. Thank you, Mr. Brown Lance. Vex Electronica. Cheers,
It's
Vex.
always a pleasure. I'm always happy to come here.
Yeah.
Last but by
soap for Vex, please. Soap for Vex.
Last but by no means least, the channel's very own astromech droid, Professor R2.
Always great to be here. Wonderful seeing everyone in the chat. Wonderful seeing this
Prof.
great panel here. And yeah, we'll see you later this week for
Some
Star
Skeleton
Wars.
Crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
Wayfarer's doing his gig afterwards. It's gonna do a stream raid, so that's gonna go
Nice.
straight to Wayfarers. We are back doing Skeleton Crew, probably Wednesday. Don't know yet. Up in the air. Probably going to be Wednesday though, folks. So Beast up tomorrow. Tuesday, Echo Chamberlain probably doing his gig. Wednesday, Skeleton Crew open bar. Thursday, I'll be modding that. Friday, doing the members stuff. Price, you advertising anything?
Yeah, I have my YouTube channel, Price of Reason, and you're all welcome to subscribe to it.
Vex, you got anything coming up?
Predator review tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. It premieres, and
Nice.
I do live streams on my own channel every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern
Yes, you
Standard,
do.
where I just talk about something I watched that week. So,
Predator
all.
review?
Predator review.
Are you talking about the
The
original?
original.
Predator?
The original Predator. Yes, I'm done chasing the
Savile.
algorithm. It's quite demoralizing. So I
It
want
is.
to
It's
make
shit.
those-
That's why I just do these.
It's
Exactly.
a great movie.
It
Yeah.
is it's one of my favorite movies. So I just wanted to talk about something that I enjoy. There you go.
There's a lot of muscly men in that movie.
There is, and that is quite a big point of discussion for the entire video.
Well, when you doing that one then?
It
tomorrow.
premieres tomorrow.
Here you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Look, sword is on it. There you go.
Thank you, Sword in the Storm.
That is it, folks. If we don't see you during the week, have a great week. Back at the weekend.
Merry Christmas.
Tally bye, everybody.
December. Bye.
Merry
Tally
Christmas,
bye.
Ian.
Pinch punch, all that bollocks.